So did you catch the opening stream on Friday for next gen?
Did I cut it?
Did you manage
What do
to
you mean?
watch it? Uh,
I did watch some of them.
all right.
Which one are you talking about?
The main cast on Friday.
The Bacon versus Oro.
No, just the intros and the Steve casting
I
and
watched the intro afterwards. I was too late to watch it at the
okay,
time.
yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, you would have had to stay up flipping late, but it was actually
Well, I
pretty
was
good.
awake till like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
I was waiting for something to happen, and then I just decided to play one game and go to bed. I was quite salty.
Yikes. Yeah, it was a challenge, dude. Like I couldn't speak to anyone, but like I think at the end of the day, it's a good like learning curve. Um,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be interesting. So it's gonna be interesting. I don't know how to pronounce the one team's name though. enGORGCed?
Should we just make up a team name for them?
I think we just call him Gorg.
Then
Gorg. Like that's
go.
the capped word, man. Gorg.
All right, we'll do that.
Cool. So it would be what apes and Gorg. Gorg.
Apes and Gorgs.
Yeah.
Gorg. Seem like it.
Hmm.
So you said you have you played against these people or with these people?
So I know Motionless, Mr. Speaker and Export, and Arno. I used to play in a team with Arno. I don't know what his name is currently. Let me have a look. Good luck and have fun. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. And you know some of the other teams.
I don't, but I mean, uh, got a bit of a briefing that they in Div One because they're quite a good team. So
All
it should
right.
be interesting. I'm hyped. So we'll see what's cracking. So it is a best of three. So we'll see how that goes.
I believe so. I'm hoping for like a Huskar game, second game.
Haskar.
Really, like,
Oof.
really desperate to
Oof.
win.
I'm not up for a
Huskar
Huskar game,
Viper.
dude. That here is
Broken,
I don't know.
obviously.
I don't know. I think we're gonna see stuff like Mag, Doom, what else?
Really?
And I think we're gonna
Okay.
see so many Hellbirds. Like it's one of the broken items at the moment.
I'm just hoping for Enigma Ulti or Earthshaker or Tidehunter or something entertaining.
Yeah, get some black holes going, dude. I'm in for that. Um, so are we gonna meet each other in Discord? I actually didn't chat to you about that.
I believe so.
Okay, cool.
Well, do you want to try the thing you said you wanted to try and cut the delay?
Uh, so I changed my audio latency. So let's give the in-game a bash.
All right, cool. Doom, 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 doom. The suspense.
Yeah, I'm actually curious as to why they're not starting. Uh, there we go. Should be any moment.
Change the team tags.
I actually know from this quite a bit that lobbies actually don't start if you don't put a team tag on if you play in captain's mode.
Really?
Yeah, it forces you to put one on.
Alright, I believe we're gonna start.
Hype. Alrighty. Okay, I think both teams are ready now.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting. I think these two teams are probably seated very highly in this tournament. So it's a bit of an interesting one because if a team loses here, it doesn't necessarily mean that they out of the tournament. They just drop down to the lower bracket.
Welcome to the first game of the first tournament of next gen. This is two teams. It's Apes versus what do we call them? Gorg, I believe. These two teams were supposed to play on Friday, but a game was rescheduled. Technical issues. These are two strong teams trying to gain like really good exposure for their team and get their names out there. So this will be casted alongside Mr. Stupid Tramp himself and me. This is the best out of 3. This is gonna be some very exciting Dota, and I hope you guys are strapped in.
Hey guys, let's jump into this draft. I see that they're kicking it off already. So I see. So Smoothie, I see they're banning the Doom. I think I called that one just a moment ago.
Yeah, you did.
So I think Gorga are recognizing the meta a bit here. Same with Apes actually, because I don't know if in your pubs, Smoothie, but I think Invoker's become like a top tier pick at the moment. Even in matchmaking.
Yeah,
In
I've always disliked Vokan playing against.
yeah, he's a interesting hero. I think a very high skill capped hero, but definitely a strong hero. Um, wow, so we see
Ooh, IO ban.
that IO ban's interesting. I wonder if Gorg know Apes at all, because that seems like a bit of a sort of ban that you ban against a specific team.
Maybe these teams might have history.
Might be so. So I think they're gonna show it all out in the field now. Apes picking up a Clinks. This is a bit of a surprising one. Now, I'm a little baffled by it being a first pick, but it's certainly a good hero.
Ooh, went a Wyvern. I like this.
Yeah, Gorg
Same hero.
respond with a super stable hero. I'm a huge fan of this hero. I mean, you have heal, you have team fight, you have strong laning phase. So all round, I think a good pick. Um, they're flying a bit through the picks here, but we got a Bambi response into a Void Spirit. So that's a bit of a challenge for Bambi. You know, Enchantress is facing against two magic heroes here, and the counter to Enchantress is magic. So I mean, I suspect a pos 5 Enchantress, so it's not too big of an issue, but they do have to be concerned about that to some extent.
Looking what these teams are banning, they've done a lot of research.
It
Very
does seem a
bad.
bit specific. I think the PL ban's a very stable ban. Just you currently have no AOE damage, so it makes sense. And actually, funny enough, the Earthshaker ban kind of leads you to think that they would pick a PL. So I'm a huge fan of that ban. Very big.
Called the Magnus ban as well.
Did indeed. I definitely suspected those to either get picked or banned. It's not so much tier one, like in terms of pros, like picking it. I think Doom, yes, but Mag's been dominating like the SA scene, sort of like lots of pubs and matchmaking. So I'm happy to see
Yeah,
it
yeah,
gone.
yeah.
It is a strong hero, very good farming hero. So I prefer to see some new picks, some new
Not to see
setups.
it.
Yeah. An interesting one
Another
there.
exciting pick would be PA of it.
Yeah, PA could be quite interesting. I think PA is starting to see a higher win rate at the moment, which is quite interesting because she hasn't seen a good win rate in a while. Definitely 3 or 4 patches. Okay, so Clockwork's actually quite interesting. So that's good. They've got lots of catch on the side of Gorg here now. So I think what they need is that physical damage. So that hard DPS
Definitely.
hero, you know, physical damage. They've got the magic damage. They need a bit of push, but like a PA would fit that kind quite well. They obviously the push side of it, not so much. And we see the Ursa, super
Guys are
strong hero.
flying through the picks.
They're going quick, eh? But amazing against the Underlord. I think that's why they picked it so confidently. There, gave him the physical damage, set up the
Yeah.
lane perfectly for him. Like I mean, not only does it beat Underlord, it also does super well against Enchantress. So I'm excited. That's this could be a huge Ursa game. But it is a kiteable hero, and it did get nerfed. So we're gonna have to see. That's actually a bit of a question mark for me there. Not sure how that's gonna pan out.
Apes is taking their time to respond to this.
Yeah, I didn't think they look. I wasn't expecting the Ursa either, and I think they might not have been either because Ursa did get nerfed, and we'll see how they respond with that. All right, Jakira's kind
It's a
of
very strong laner.
yeah. So that gives them control and kiteability. So that kind of deals with the Ursa and gives you a bit of push. So I think that's a very stable pick. I'm just not sure. They obviously need something that closes out the game, right? I think that's where Apes are. That's their current.
I don't think Clinks is.
Yeah, Clinks is gonna probably hit a couple power spikes, but not close out the game. Um, so they might be looking for something like a. I'm trying to think. Not a Morphling maybe. Wait, Morph's banned. Sven would have been an amazing pick. The Spectre's still in the pool, which is a very strong hero. They could opt for that. What are your thoughts on the last pick here for Apes? It's quite a key one.
I think they can even consider it like a Terror Blade.
Mm, that's a very strong hero. Quite good against the Ursa as well.
But then they're gonna have to think about late game then. 'Cause it's not a hero that spikes really.
Yeah, that's
Hard for it
true. Because if you look at Gorg's side of the team there, they're actually quite early. Their power spikes are very early, so it might be a challenge picking a TB. But TB does solve some of the issues, right? Like gives them a bit of push, good physical, uh, sort of closes out a game. You know, he hits a spike, Manta, whatever, Scotty or whatever he needs to get. Probably Hellwood. Everyone's going it. um, but
Correct.
they do ban a co-op, so they're suspecting that this is a core Clinks, which is quite interesting. I'm thinking this is potentially a two Clinks. That's what I suspect.
So Gorg's got enough catch,
Yes.
but I feel like Apes is lacking some catch. But they need a stunner. Can't just rely on just
So they've got catch.
path.
They've got So you're right on the lockdown side, but they do have the Winter's Curse, which is quite good, and maybe Void Spirit goes the Ags build. Um, but you're right. I would like to see something that can control the team fight. You know, like maybe a puck or something that's gonna like set up the fight, control it, and you know Ursa then can jump in and deeps. Void Spirit can like kite around the edges and get the support. So that's why I think like a puck would be quite a solid hero. But they do have last pick, so they're probably gonna save this pick to counter Apes. That's what I suspect. So it leaves Apes in a weird position, right? Because let's see what they pick. Okay.
Spectre.
Yeah. I respect this pick because
Uh,
it's you kind of have to pick something that's going to win you the game. I don't think the four heroes they picked do
yes.
that. I think the four heroes they picked allow a hero to do that. So that's where the spec is. I think fits the role. But Gorg, they're gonna have this last pick now to do something that's gonna close out their lanes, right? Because Clinks they know is mid now, 100%. Um, so they can potentially pick a hero that's going to win that matchup, or they can potentially pick like a puck, like I said, control the fight. You know, high tempo hero matches with the
Yeah.
Void Spirit, hits the same type of timings as Ursa, which is it's pretty strong. We'll see. So Apes are looking at a interesting scenario here. You know, protect the spec, let the spec get rad. I suspect spec might actually not go rads this game, um, which could
Brad is the
be interesting.
right call on this. Maybe a quick diffuse blade.
Yeah, so I think diff blade might be an option. I've seen a lot of blade mails at the moment, a drums blade mail, because you kind of have to fight a bit earlier, and I kind of want to see that just because you know you got to help out your other heroes here, because you know the power spikes and Gorg are quite quick.
Really
So let's
taking
see.
their time with this last pick.
Yeah, I'm actually quite interested to see what happens here because I'm not 100% sure what you do here. I mean, you can't pick something late game or too late game, but you kind of have to also get push, right? Because looking at the four heroes they don't have push, so that actually kind of negates the puck statement. All
Lead.
right, okay. So that's interesting because that gives them a bit of push, not a crazy amount, but it also gives them that same thing as like that puck, that high tempo hero that's gonna you know catch heroes, burst them down, um, you know hit
And it
that high
works
timing.
very good with the clockwork.
True, true. I mean you can combo that with Wyvern as well. It's quite strong. So that's it. We got our two first draft. This is the first draft, game one. I'm pretty hyped. Smoothie, I don't know what your thoughts on this first draft.
Me too. Looking at this first draft, who do you think had the better draft?
So I like Gorg's lineup, but I think definitely Apes has drafted a specific way in which they're playing for that one sort of linear play, where you know you're kind of all in. It's 4 protect 1, so it's kind of that like OG original Dota style. So I think they definitely have that, but I think the high tempo play is just meta, right? So we'll see how that plays out. I definitely think both teams have some strong timing, so it's going to be very interesting.
Expect to get that Radiant in time.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that is if she's going Radiant.
we got a bit of a cheeky plays here. Mr. Speaker getting a good amount of tips here. I wish they could tip me. I need some
Look at
levels.
this, look at this ward in the base.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Jeez.
I gotta love those. I see. Oh man,
Testing it
those
out.
are feels bad. I suppose that's why they got all the tips, right? On Mr. Speaker.
I guess.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone.
He admits nothing. That's brilliant. Okay, so
I like this Ursa set.
this Ursa set. Oh yes,
I sense
very cool set.
distortion, such a limited imagination you have.
So we've got the Lina Klinks matchup. How do you think that's gonna pan out? I think they both have range. They're both gonna, just sort of stand there. Do you think there's gonna be kills mid in this lane?
I think when Lina hits like level 4, level 5, she's got enough burst.
Yeah.
Depending on if she's going early game items and having a lot of mana at first.
The Pixel Shadow
she
getting
might
a
win the lane.
bit low here. A lot of trades and it looks like they're just gonna back out, but they're gonna have to pop some regen now. And Mr. Speaker's being a bit cheeky here. I wonder if is he gonna go down? They do slow him with he just cogs and he's stuck in there with the Spectre. He's gonna have to try get out of there, but I don't think he is. Cogs does push them out.
Oh, he heals up though.
Does pop a solve. And does get out of there. Little cheeky play from the clock. But at the end of the day, giving his export free wave, or giving him a bit of solo XP. Bottom lane,
I'm interested about this middle lane.
middle lane. Yeah,
Sider.
Lina does bring in the sentry, but that ward from the Dire is very deep. I don't think Lina has the range to contest that. Or at least it might be a bit dangerous to do. Cogs on top. Just burning out little soy boy's mana. Bit of a cheeky Cogs. There is a net. Mr. Speaker's getting very low. The power of Enchantress, getting those creeps at level 1. Little Soyboy's got to be careful. He does have a wand, which is quite strong in this lane. They're going to spam Cogs. They're going to spam Resonance Pulse. So that's very good on his side because he's going to need a lot of regen. And in mid lane, they do bring down that ward. Lina picking the right time to go for it. The Pixel Shadow getting gone on by Ursa. Is he going to go down? Oh, Chieftain tried to block him, but it's just not enough. Even with that big model Underlord has, couldn't block the Ursa. And we caught first blood, Smoothie.
Bottom lane.
Yeah. Looks like Mr. Speaker's just disrupting Wagyu's pull here.
So as we said, the Spectre is probably not going to go Radiant. Because this is a diffusable game.
So, I think Diffblade's very good. I think Radiance is going to be greedy. But we'll see. I think, it depends on how the next 10 minutes go. He's got to make that call. Because I think Rads, if he gets it early, is very good. But if he's not getting it, then it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Middle lane, this lead absolutely.
I see Lina's doing very well in the last hits so far, sitting at 18 last hits. Klink's sitting on 12, so it is respectable, and I think they're both sitting on level 4. Bottom lane, Underlord going down to Arno. Ursa's going for a second one. He wants Pixel Shadow. Oh, and he is going to go down to Motionless. The Radiant Gorga really showing the power of the Ursa, playing into Underlord, that tanky hero who wants the front line. 100%. So we'll see how that pans out. I think, when the Underlord gets a couple levels into his Atrophiora and Firestorm, it does become challenging for Ursa. But, I mean, they're showing that they respect their first couple levels. Oh, Lina does catch the Klinks, but just outside of the sentry range. We'll see a little bit of a static laning phase
So
right
Spectre
now.
not having the time of his life at the moment.
It's a bit of a challenge, you know. So Spectre, so Spectre's a weird hero, right? You don't suspect this, nor or at least I didn't. It was that the hero needs a lot of mana, and that's why they have been going Soul Ring on quite a lot. But this clockwork is making Spectre's life hard. But they are going on Enchantress. No, it's going to get out. But the cogs actually gets rid of 50 mana for every time you get hit by it on level 1. And Spectre doesn't have a big hero mana pool, so it's... I mean, if Spectre got cogs twice here, Spectre would have no mana.
Looking at the 5-minute route.
Does look like they're going on Enchantress. There is a Remnant, but the stomp from the Centaur. Oh, beautiful.
Fun.
Oh, that is a huge stomp. But the Spectre is sitting on a respectable amount of last hits, so I'm thinking, you know, they could potentially go this Rads if this keeps up. I mean, sitting on 25 last hits, it's not bad.
Klink's finally caught up to Lina middle.
Bottom lane, Ursa going on to Chieftain again, does pick up the kill. This Fury swipes 3 points in it, that's a lot of damage. I think they're going to have to make a plan here, Smoothie. I'm not sure if they can keep laning this. Oh, and Mr. Speaker going down top. There's fights all over the place.
That's big for Spectre, getting that kill.
Very big. Spectre is opting to go for Midas, treads into Midas, which is quite an interesting one. I personally haven't tried this build.
That's greedy.
So I'm actually hype about this because with the buff to Midas, it does mean that they can potentially, you know, snowball off of this because you get a bunch more XP, and you know, if you get space, you're gonna snowball with that 100%.
Can get this Midas quick enough.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna outfarm and play for late game.
Yeah, and like you said, that kill, setting the Spectre up into a much more commanding position.
I'm looking to see a rotate from Klink to go bottom, because otherwise it's get out of control.
Yeah, so Klink's has finished up treads. It's in the career, so I think it might be worthwhile when he gets those treads to rotate. I think you are right. The one challenge is Ursa does have ulti, and I think that negates quite a bit of Klink's damage.
That wasn't too bright.
So we'll see. But Nemi on this Klink's is farming quite well. He's actually sitting on 45 last hits, which is actually close to matching. They do go on Bambi, who does get caught by the Void Spirit. Huge kills. The Void Spirit is not scared to fight this Bambi. But can they take on the Spectre? That's the question. Who has hit level 6? That's quite a big timing.
It's a bit tanky at the moment.
He's a bit tanky.
Down, I think. Get a third.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Lina could definitely have the damage for this. But we'll see. Lina's definitely working towards this Yule Scepter and then probably going to rotate. So I think that's probably when we'll see the rotation from Lina. So it looks like they've left Pixel Shadow bot on the Jakiro and just opted to jungle the Underlord. Do you think that this is it's a bit of a challenge because where do you put the Underlord?
And they constantly dive the chick tower, I believe.
Hmm. So we'll see. Chieftain does come back bottom to shut out this wave.
To come back though.
Yeah. So I think that's good. He does get a full wave and can potentially move into the jungle. Do a couple more rotations there. He does have phase boots, so he is going for a slightly more aggressive build here. Has queued up the Atos, which is interesting. They do need catch, so I understand that understand that pick. And Mr. Speaker, is he gonna get this courier? He does. Oh, that had Spectre's Gloves of Haste and Ocean Heart. That's a
Oh,
feels
no way.
bad.
Korea kill.
They are going on export. No, they're gonna just back off. Is he gonna get another one? Is he gonna get the second courier? He does get a one hit. Oh, he
he's
does get
getting-
two. It's a double
and he
kill.
gets
It's a double kill, dude.
it.
That's so hype.
Double correct.
Dude, he must be smiling
That's
from
pretty
ear to
good.
ear. And they're gonna go for a kill on top of that. Wow. Rotation. Motionless has come
Spectre
top.
needs to watch out.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna leave this Ursa bottom. They're thinking he's just strong enough to do it solo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Spirit Vessel up on the Void Spirit. So that's a... I haven't seen too many Void Spirits going Spirit Vessel or Urn of Shadows. But it is a good item here. Definitely helps against the
Yeah,
Bambi.
definitely oriented.
Yeah, and helps against the tanky spec. Spectre's moved into the jungle, does have an Iron Talon, which is pretty good. Gives attack speed and the 40% creep damage. Mr. Speaker for the cheeky.
Speaker, come and
Yeah.
steal the last bit.
He's
gonna
being
leave the
quite
Spectre alone.
annoying to the Spectre, eh? But Lil Soy Boy is stacking. Efficient plays here from him.
Clockwork
Lean-
knows he needs to get out of there.
An interesting play here. I hope they smoke up. Lena just got her Yules, so this is a good time for them to smoke. They have a clock hook
That's
shot,
big.
and they do it, and they do it with Wyvern as well. This is big. They have their ultis online on both supports and Yules, so we'll see. This could be an easy Klink's kill here. Is Nemi gonna suspect anything here? That's the question. Okay, so they're opting to go into the
They moved to
jungle.
top lane though.
Spectre could be in a lot of trouble, but the hook shot into the Jakiro, who's getting controlled and is going to get blown up. Luckily, Spectre dodges that gank, but Jakiro tanked that one hard.
Spectre might be in trouble.
Spectre does go down.
Lena
Wow.
just blows him up.
And ulti from Motionless bottom. Chieftain getting a bit low.
Good solo from Lena.
Very nice play there. That
Spectre's Midas is now very, very much delayed.
Yeah. We'll see. This Klinks does have a haste. Does have quite a bit of farm. Is rotating top. Export. You do need to be careful. You have no mana. And he does jump away, but he has no more mana. Is Klinks going to be able to find him? They are juking in the trees. I think Klinks... it's going to be a challenge for you to just keep chasing.
Gets mana boost.
And Mr. Speaker heads straight back into their jungle. That's like his playground right now.
Plays from him.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Nice little D-ward from when Wyvern here. They're trying to secure this.
Yeah, so Ursa...
5-6 minutes.
Hmm. So Ursa's almost got this Battle Fury, which is quite a big timing as well. It'll be interesting to see what he does next. I see he's queued up Sanjin Yasha, which is, I think, the standard build, but I've also seen sometimes Ursa's going for like different weird stuff like Hellbirds and just depending on the game. So we'll see how that goes.
I think it's a good item versus Spectre.
Hmm.
But then Skull Basher constantly Spectre.
Yeah.
More catch from them.
So definitely they will be looking there. There are potentially a fight top. Wagyu, you're in a little bit of trouble here. Mr. Speaker hooks you, and you're just gonna get blown up. Oh, just unfortunately in the wrong place at the wrong time. Dust coming out from
Four
Lena.
heroes, your top.
Ursa needs to be
They're looking
careful
for
though.
more.
He's walking straight into the rest of the enemy team here on Ape side.
They're
Yeah.
duping him out. But he's getting back in time.
Yeah, unfortunately he's a scary hero. You don't want to chase him down too hard.
Get a double, triple kill.
Yeah.
That would not be the.
But we do see the Midas coming
Ooh,
out
they
on
do
Spectre.
decide to go on the Sklink.
Spectre ulti. Klinks is getting... Speaker, Mr. Speaker's getting very low. Can he get out of here? Spectre is chasing him down and will pick up the kill.
Nice kill from Spectre.
When you play with Lena,
Spectre's pretty sad to get blown up from.
Mm. Very strong reactions from
He
the
did get
side
that
of the
Midas
dive.
though.
Yes, he did. Big power spike from him. It's gonna start kicking in now. So I think if we watch him and he gets that radiance very soon, this changes the game. You know, that miss evasion, that more damage,
Definitely.
the burn damage across all of
And
his illusions.
Experience over time.
100%. So export on the Void Spirit is going for the Ags, which this is quite interesting. So he's not going to finish the Spirit Vessel, opting just for the Urn of Shadows and getting that AoE silence, which is quite cool. They do spot the
So also just got it.
Klink's very in trouble. He
Ooh, they're
just
going on this Ursa.
brings down the Ursa with the silence. Is Motionless going to get out of here? Yes, Courier is going to go down. There's a game of Courier kills.
They've got no catch.
But they get the big kill.
Catch. Definitely.
Oh, Jakira just gets blown up by a Laguna Blade.
This Lena's
Clockwork.
had a good game.
Yeah, Lena's
I
farmed
like it.
very well on 150 lost hits. There's a silence onto Clockwork, who is getting smacked here. And is going to go down to the tick from Orchid. But Export's diving right into all these heroes. Is Nemi just going to man up? He is indeed. But can Export get out? There are 2 lost hits flying at him, and yes, he does.
To go for more.
Does get the double stun. Does need to be careful. Jakira's here with the Ice Path. Does drop the Macropire, but they're just going to be able to run out of here. Motionless.
Good
Does have
play
to be
from
careful
Lena.
here.
Right, put it-
Does drop the ulti. And Jakira goes down.
Oh, you know, come for the steal.
Lena's damage output is huge now.
Oh, jeez, Morty, they're going after Tire's bottom tower.
So an interesting fight there.
Structures?
I think it was a bit of a drawn fight.
Like Tire's structures
Obviously the
before
Klink's kill
die.
was quite big.
Those little rats.
But overall, not a terrible fight for Apes. They're still getting space on the Spectre. You know, their Midas is kicking in. They do want to go on Ursa bottom here.
Destroyed.
Nemi does have the Orchid up,
That'll be a
does
big
pop his
kill.
Orchid, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Very early ulti there from Ursa to get it off before that Orchid. Just making sure they couldn't output the damage. So Chieftain's finished up that.
At the top of the network.
Yeah.
Right. This has been free farming and very good.
Lena's almost got that Ags. I think
Right,
that's a huge item for Lena. Just the sort of pure damage output is insane when you get Ags. And is moving at 420 speed. I just want to mention that because Yules and TP boots, that's like mad speed.
Yeah, I don't think, especially with the Dire team not having a lot of catch.
Yeah. Look, they do have the Rod of Atos, which is quite good. I'm glad they've got that now because it definitely gives them more catch.
Definitely.
He is going to get caught here. Chieftain, you're a bit out there, Mr. Speaker. Doesn't drop the hook shot, but they do catch him. And there's the stuns, and then the Laguna Blade, and he just gets
Laguna Blade.
popped.
Fortunately, Lina could not kill and finish. She got the team.
There's a smoke from
Lena's had a great
Radiant. We'll see who they're going to try and pick off.
They want to ball. They want to finish it.
Yeah, I suspect they want the Spectre, and they might just find him. They do spot him out. Oh, and they do get the ulti onto him in the hook shot. He is going to push him back.
Great.
Is there enough damage though? Soyber does pop the wand. Oh, it does look like there's enough damage. Oh, and they do catch another one on the Voids. Void Spirit's getting very low here. But Lina just destroying this Jakiro. And they just back out. That's a successful gank. A very good one.
Unfortunately, Spectre's gonna keep on dying. He went for the greedy minus build after having a very good start, but unfortunately, still building towards would have been perfect timing for it. But unfortunately.
It's a challenging situation then. But he is sitting on 2.6k gold, almost 2.7k gold. So if they can just prioritize this, they get the Sacred Relic out, you know, set up a... I would like to see a smoke gank from them. I think they've hit some interesting timings from their side, especially on the Clinks. So if they can get a Lina kill, you know, who just picked up Ags, which that's quite big. They do see Spectre. I mean, Lina. But it looks like they're just stacking for the Spectre. I think the Spectre needs to take it as soon as they can. They can't let this fall into the Radiant's hands. Does look like they're going to invade the jungle. This is a bit of a challenge. Mr. Speaker does throw out the hook shot. Clinks is in there to drop the ulti. Oh, and they just destroy the clockwork. But Clinks is getting very low, is getting controlled up. Can they finish him off? Yeah, does get brought down, but Spectre drops an ult. Is prioritizing the backline. Motionless is getting very low and does end up going down. But can Underlord just get out of here? He's in a bit of trouble. It looks like he's going down. 2 for 4. I think that's it's a bit of a challenging fight, but you know your Spectre's alive. You're closer to that Rads. Very, very. Could have gone a lot worse. Yeah. We'll see. Ursa's got his courier coming out. He has got a Morbid Mask. I think they want a Roche here. This could be an interesting timing for them. Yeah, it looks like he is going to go Roche. And we were chatting about the difference between him going like Abyssal or Sanjin Yasha or, you know, those kind of items. He has opted to go for this Manta, which is actually quite cool, because it's the only way he can actually deal with, there's two ways to deal with the Clink's silence, right? One is Manta and the other is Ags. And I'm not sure he would want to go Ags here, so this Manta is actually quite cool. So I'm quite hype about that. I think that's a very good item choice.
Rush goes down pretty.
Yeah.
So I think
So we'll see what they decide to do with that. They are looking for more kills. They do catch the Jakiro. He has been used up, is going to get stunned and just blown up by the Ursa, who's outputting so much damage. But Clinks picks up the clockwork on the backline. Very big kill for this. Clinks is a very, very strong hero at this point in the match. He's almost got his BKB, that's very big. Does use his ulti, so he
getting really close to that Radiant.
Yeah. So I don't know who it is. Oh, okay. So what they're doing is Enchantress is using Enchant to get a creep, right? And then the Clinks is eating it because it gives him more damage. And speaking of which, he is going on the Winter Wyvern. Can he get him? He does, but he's going to pay for it with his life.
2-for-1 trade.
is it you heard not?
Not too bad, because the Spectre is still alive, farming towards that Radiant, I believe. They're just holding on to this tier 3.
100%. And you know, as your other 4 heroes other than the Spectre, you've got to make those trades. You can't let the enemy just take the fights they want. So I think those are good. You know, let the Spectre get the items. And a hook shot. Oh, but a Yule's kind of negating the hook shot. Can they finish the cure? Probably. He's not going to get out of there. The Pixel Shadow.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah, dude, they're pushing you back to their fountain. Ursa might have to pop in rage. He does.
Getting pretty low.
Is this going to be the Aegis? Looks like he might just get out of here. Inspector picks up the reds, so this is it. You know, they've hit their first, like, I would say their
What
first
they've been
biggest
waiting
timing.
for.
Yeah, actually second. Clinks' Orchid was definitely first. And they hit the BKB on Clinks. I think this is the time you smoke and look for a gank. You know, you can turn the match with one fight here. So we'll see what they opt for.
Definitely.
I mean, Gorg are actually looking to push here, so we'll see. They might not even have to gank smoke for this play. They are wrapping around here with the Clinks. Does have to be careful here. I mean, they could have a sentry on this high ground.
Good.
Oh, Radiant's top
That's if
tower
you
is
could
under
not see
attack.
that.
So it looks like they're backing out.
So I think what they're doing is, yeah, I think they're trying to delay this egg.
So we'll see. Yeah, they probably don't want to fight with this Aegis. Who does have a Shadow Blade now, going for the Silver's Edge. So Spectre does have to be careful when that happens. Does look like they're gonna.
Tower's under attack.
The outpost.
Yeah, they're gonna slowly just cut off that side of the map. I wonder if they're They're probably looking to push this tower and then go high ground. But Clinks does get a cheeky tower mid.
Middle tower just got wrecked.
Does help them with this net worth
Dire's top
issue
tower
of.
is under attack.
It's currently
Getting close to
13k.
Too late though.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower's fallen.
Lina does have to be careful here. There are 2 Dire heroes bottom. Is gonna TP out. Either wants to join his team or he knows something's up there.
Way to go! Radiant's bottom tower's completely gone.
So it's a bit of a challenge pushing for the side of Gorg, because you're looking at oh, there's a hook shot onto the Underlord. He is going to push him back. Can he get back into his own base? Doesn't look like he is, but he does have backup from his teammates. Are they going to turn this fight? Ursa does get rooted up here. Spectre does ulti in, and oh, they bring down the Winter Wyvern so quickly. But how are they going to deal with this Ursa in the base? He loses Aegis. Can Lina help his teammate get out of here? He does get slowed up. There is a Hex. And it looks like they're just going to back out.
That was a good fight.
That was a huge fight from the side of Apes. Getting you know, those timings and sort of using them. The Clinks absolutely.
They don't even have to gank.
Yeah. Is Clinks gonna go for this Lina? I think they know he's here. No, it looks like they're in the back. So a brilliant hero prioritization from the Clinks there, realizing that he has to destroy the Winter Wyvern before that ulti comes down, because if it comes down, he's going to destroy one of his teammates.
The Underlord bought them enough time.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, Enchantress gets blown up, but do they bring out this Ursa? But the Winter's Curse is out, but the Clinks isn't in that. He's not going to blow up his own teammate. Very nice.
Big ulti wasted.
Yeah, Spectre must have been stressing there, because if Clinks was in that ulti, he would be waiting for his respawner.
Whoa! Ursa just dominated the Winter Wyvern.
Oh, the Jakiro, yeah.
3 hits gone.
He's outputting huge damage right now. The Silver's Edge is up. He's ready to
go
fight.
for the,
Oh boy.
and he's going for the Skull Bash.
But Chieftain's here. He's having none of this push. Just shoving out this wave.
What do Apes do to stop this?
I think they're doing kind of the right thing. You've got to keep pushing out. They do know that Nemi is here. He needs to be careful. So they're shoving out waves and they're bursting the waves that come to their towers. You know, that's kind of what you got to do. And Nemi on the Clinks is doing the right thing, cutting waves, being a nuisance in the back line, seeing if he can get those stray heroes at the back. But it does look like Ursa just goes high ground for the tower, deciding he wants to just do it. And there's a hook shot. Nemi does get caught, does pop the BKB, Spectre goes in. Can they bring down any of these heroes? Looks like Motionless might go down. He's getting so low. Ursa's also getting very low. Looks like they're going to be able to bring down both of those heroes. Can they find more though? That's the big thing.
Good fight from Apes so far.
Yeah, it's going very well.
They're gonna catch this Void Spirit.
They get some key pickoffs there, and the Clink survives that. Who gets initiated on, which is quite something.
And he gets hacked, or the Spectre got hacked.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Radiance was still burning through the rest of the team there, because he got the ulti off. So we'll see what they can do, but this looks like it just might be a tier
Good
2.
turn from Apes. Turn. They were
Yeah.
waiting for the right time to counter initiative.
Looks like Export just runs in there. He does get caught, has to use up. Should be able to get out of here. There's a Winter Wyvern and the hookshot goes off. Can Clinks, are they going to fight this? They might have to. There's a cogs on both of them. Lina is getting gone on. They're going to have to switch targets onto the Clockwork. But it looks like Underlord is going to go down. I think Apes just need to get out of here.
Sitting in the back doing off damage.
Looks like they might just do it, but
I
Clock.
think they can still turn if they really want to.
They pick him off. And Lina does have Yules. They are going to fight this. Can they pick off this Lina? Unfortunately, they just don't have the catch to get him. And Ursa's TPing in. This is the time to get out, Apes. You got to get out of here. Do they have the
Good fight
catch?
now, even offering up this Void Spirit would be a
Oh.
win for them.
Clutch heal coming out from Motionless to save his Void Spirit.
They do decide to keep diving though.
Yeah, they're still chasing. This has been a long fight. They do get the Enchantress. But you know how we were talking about, you know, the timing of getting Radiance on the Spectre? That's such a big timing. But he's sitting at the point where he's getting Manta already. So that's quite good from their side. I think, you know, he's going to hit his level 20, get Manta, and then you know, he can start outputting a lot of damage.
Stay in the earth. I would like to see him get a Blade Mail next.
On the Spectre.
Counter that. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so that's quite an interesting one. So the way they changed Blade Mail is quite interesting. So now it does 20% of the damage as a damage return aura, which is quite cool because then you're passively doing it all the time. Does look like they're going to take this fight. Void Spirit getting super low. Clinks does get helmeted up, but they do bring down the Void Spirit. Inspector's jumping in for more. And Ursa, can they get this Clinks? Doesn't look like it. The Winter Wyvern ulti is popped. Spectre's still chasing Motionless, who is in trouble now. Can they keep him up? Great ice path from Jakiro, but does have to back off. Spectre eating the Laguna Blade. Gets sheeped up. Will he go down to Lina? He does. But they pick up the Ursa. That's a huge kill on the backline.
Oh, great stun from Lina.
Ravage. Oh wow, and they pick up another kill on the Clockwork. And they're gonna go straight into the Roche pit.
Fight from Apes.
This Deso and this
Unfortunately, Lena did focus the Spectre.
Look,
that was not so clear.
I think it
He
was
got Hexed, he got Laguna Blade, he
yeah.
got stunned.
the whole arsenal got dropped on down on that Spectre, but I think rightly so. You know, you have to be killing that hero. It's you know, the longer it's in a fight, the more damage it outputs.
Looking at this Clinks, he looks pretty scary right now with
Definitely.
and that Desolate.
So if you click on him, you notice how he was on 4k HP and now he's at 1.7. That's just because of his ulti. I mean, what kind of ulti does that? You instantly get like 2.3k HP. You get like an extra 80 damage. You know,
Look
it's
there,
a
3.8.
yeah. That's wild,
Boy.
hey. And he's sitting with a Deso. I mean, this is huge damage. I mean, he's got plus 415 damage. So I don't know. You have to. It's hard to burst him.
He's been kiting the earth.
Yeah.
Kiting the earth.
They do have halberds on the Radiant side, so that is a good. It's on the clockwork, and it's a good way they can deal with this Clinks. But I think they may need more than one.
Gorg still has a 12k net.
There's a hook shot.
Oh, never mind. Hook shot from
Oh, and the Jakira getting blown up. They're catching Underlord as well.
Aghanim Scepter. Really good pick up.
Yeah, that burst damage is just surreal. It looks like the Underlord's just gonna get picked up as well. The control's real. And the die on Apes side just that.
Too much catch.
Yeah. The Void Spirit catch is amazing with the ulti into Yules, who he does have gem now as well. So they've had enough of this Clinks. They're saying, you know what, we want to kill you. They're not gonna let him run around anymore. So they opt to just go Rax. We'll see how the die react to this. They don't have any buybacks on Underlord. And it looks like they're just gonna give them this Rax.
Apes can take this fight at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, what are they gonna do? The BKB popped out and
Goes in though.
Spectre does pop the ulti. Is he going to jump into the back line? Does look like the Radiants are just backing out. Spectre is going on Mr. Speaker, but doesn't manage to bring him down. Ursa, are you going to be able to get out? Void Spirit and Clockwork go down. They need to TP out of here very quickly.
I spot just too late
And they do get out.
to make it out.
So, pos 3 and a pos 4 go down, but you get a Rax. I think that's alright. I think Gorgon
Definitely worth it.
alright with that.
We are looking for the next rush fight. I think that's going to be tighter. Either the fight itself or take the.
So you'll see Spectre opted to go for the Blade Mail. So we'll see. We're gonna see how it
I like that
works.
pick.
I agree. I like this. I think it's, you know, it returns
Take the
80% of
target
the
off
damage.
him as soon as they
Yeah.
jump him.
And Lena can't just do what she did in that fight by Roshan. She can't drop a Laguna Blade on Spectre anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna like one-shot her. What's Lena's HP sitting at? 3k. Wow, that's actually a lot. Okay, got an Axe, got BKB. Right, so
And a BKB.
yeah, it won't quite one-shot her, but it's still gonna hurt. You can't drop all your spells, that's for sure.
Got the pipe.
There's a DD. They are pinging that out. I wonder who's gonna get that. If Clinks gets it, you gotta be super scared. Okay, Wagger's just like,
Oh,
nope, no one's having
nice.
that. So we see they did lose the gem in that fight for the Rax. So I'm not 100% sure how much, if that was worth it anymore. You know, losing that gem, now you're losing wards all over the place. It's a bit of a challenge losing that gem. But they do smoke up here. Ursa is leading the charge with Abyssal. Oh, and he finds Nami. This could be huge. Can they bring him down? Looks like they might. He does. Can he get his BKB off? He does. Is he going to get Laguna Bladed? Oh, he does. But they have Aegis. But clock goes down. Can they give him more Clinks? His backup. Is he going to kill anyone? He does go on the Ursa. Does bring him down. And the Winter Wyvern goes down. I Can Do It is running for his life here. And does get out. Bit of a challenging fight there. They had Aegis on the Clinks. That's a bit of a
Yeah,
misread.
I thought it expired, but it obviously
Yeah, just sort of
they thought it expired too.
yeah. Clinks
Can't
has
just blow
got a
up walls.
nullifier now as well. He's sitting on a lot of damage right now. Oh, and he's got ninja gear as well. Plus 20 agi.
They needed close up the but
They're getting whooped.
Let's see, they're going for the racks here. Look how quickly this build melts. This Clinks is... Somebody stop him. Oh, that's insane damage. Oh, the hookshot goes on. Who do they catch? Oh, he does stop 2 TPs there, I believe. But a bit of a challenge here. He is taking a ton of damage here. Looks like he is going to drop. Nullifier. Export getting super low and does get brought down. They decide they're going to go for end here. They're like, those are 2 kills. Oh, no, they're backing out. Can he stop the TP here? He does. Lina does pick up the bottom racks. Wow. And does get out.
that was a bad trade.
Bit of an interesting trade there. I'm uncertain about the value there for either team. I mean, we can show the fight recap. So it looks like the Dire got about 800 more gold, but they actually got 4,500 more experience, which I think is key. So, Smoothie, what are your thoughts on that fight there? Because Clock did hook in to stop the TPs to stop that Rax going down, but he ended up dying along with the Void Spirit, so it is a challenge.
See what happened.
They do smoke up, they do pick up the Lina, can't even BKB because of the Nullifier. That's a huge kill. That's a godlike spree on the Lina. The damage is surreal, and this Nullifier pickup is huge. Couldn't Yules, couldn't BKB. I mean, got the sheep off, but he couldn't survive.
Get this Underlord to tank it out.
Well, buyback from the Lina,
Buyback from Lina.
but this building is getting destroyed. Goes down in a matter of hits. Oh, the Ursa does jump in, but there is a disarm. Can they follow this up? The hookshot does hit the Clinks. Oh, and Laguna Blade going down, killing Jakiro. But Nullify dropping into the Void Spirit. Oh, and that's huge. Underlord getting hit by Clinks. Bambi going down to Ursa, who does pick up the gem. Oh, and Winter Wyvern getting killed.
Oh my. Trying to get away.
Sheep. Underlord. Oh, and just goes down, but Ursa needs to be very careful here. Huge
Not a
pick-offs from Gorg. And they want more. Ursa's chasing. He wants the Spectre. He's got a Silver's Edge. Can he catch him? Does get him, and then Abyssals. This could be a huge kill. Oof. That's rough.
4-for-1 trade, I believe. But it did.
I'm not 100% sure.
Dyer's bottom barracks are really
I thought the
taking
clockwork went
liquidation
down, but I'm not 100% sure.
keeping on. They've seen better days.
So they do lose the bottom racks, but I think the question is, can they get this last racks? This Clinks is up, they have buybacks. Are they going to go for it? Spectre buys back, Lina's gonna have to back out here. There's a Roshan. We'll see if the Dire decide to go for this. sure if either team knows that it is up, but this will be a big one because I think this one drops in ags as well. Oh no, it's a refresher. I mean, that could be pretty big if they get 2 Spectre ultis, or if the the Clinks could get 2 ultis. I don't know if that even works, but that would be pretty cool. Imagine how much HP you would
Playing
have.
a bullet draft with bow and
uh,
a
you get a bonus of 300% HP and like 40% damage. That's mad. So both teams spotting this out. Chieftain with his courier, which is now dead. So we'll see what happens here.
of 3 kills. Having a 45-minute
Not into burn.
So I think it just cut out this.
minor mistake.
There's the smoke. Ursa is going high ground, does spot the Bambi and is going to try blow her up. But a great disarm. Spectre jumping in. Clockwork does pick off the Wyvern, but Ursa picks up the Bambi as well. Can Clockwork get out of here? Doesn't look like he's going to get out. There are buybacks coming out from the Bambi. Laguna onto this. BKB popped by Clinks. Ursa's in huge trouble here. So is Export. And that's a 4-for-1. Oof.
Run, Lena, run.
Lena's like, sorry guys, I'm out. 150 HP.
This is big from Apes. Very
Yeah.
big.
Looks like they're gonna pick up the Aegis, cheese, and refresher. What was that?
Now I think they can force the buyback on Earth.
Yeah. So they give everything to the Spectre, which is quite interesting. So Aegis amazing on Spectre. Refresher 2 Spectre ultis, that's huge. Or potentially just 1 right now. And then cheese. You know, the hero loves the cheese because you know you spend a lot of mana. Ursa does buy back.
Does have a lot of money though. Surprised he does not buy that hard yet.
That's on the Spectre, yeah. I think they're just realizing that they need a push. They can just. He's got a DD on this Clinks. Look how much damage he's doing. Plus 770. That's wild. They're just like, we're gonna end now. But Lena's like, I'm gonna try and kill you, mate. Oh, but he just doesn't have the damage. Wyvern does pop the ulti, and Spectre's getting blown up here, but does have Aegis. Ursa jumping onto the Clinks. Does pop the BKB. Is he gonna fight? He's getting stunned up. He could go down here. Pops some sort of healing there.
Nice cheese pop there.
Oh, but he is getting gone on. There's a Hex onto the Ursa. This could be the end of Ursa. Oh no, there's no buyback on him. Or Clockwork. Spectre getting...
Might just be the end of it.
Might just be. We'll see. They want to fight this out. I mean, if they can kill this Clinks, they've got to fight. They pop Glyph. Burst out the waves. Spectre's getting low. No Aegis there. Oh, it does pop a cheese. But he has to get out of there. Lena gets... Oh, the Nullifier almost catches him before he can get forced off. And now they just focus buildings. This could be it. They're just hitting the buildings. This could be GG. But they're fighting it out. Looks like Clinks is just going to finish the buildings. And well played, Apes, to bring that one back.
Game 1 done. Great comeback from Apes, I believe.
That was hype, dude.
I did play for the late game Spectre.
I wasn't sure entirely if that was going to happen, but they did it. They pulled it through.
One team fight in their base. Timing from Spectre hit Radiant.
Yeah.
Midas on.
That Midas paying off hugely there.
But let's take a short break. Take a short break and then we'll game number 2. Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Interesting game one.
Yeah, I like the comeback. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was dope, eh? I didn't expect that. I really didn't.
Same.
Look,
I was not
I
expecting the comeback.
when Spectre got the Rads and was close to Manta, I was like, this is looking a little scary for Gorg. But like, they still had the net worth lead, so I was like, you know what, they could just um, pull it off. But very, very solid plays though. Like that Clinks, in my
I
mind,
was
he was
just
the
about to
MVP
say,
there.
bro. I was just about to say the Klinks was kiting the Ursa so well, and then
Yeah,
when he gets caught, the ice path saved him. Like
yeah,
there was just constantly stuff that kept him on low HP. Then he ulties, he's back up to full HP,
yeah.
dominating.
No, it was solid plays.
So
You just need to
unfortunately, it's
move over to the casting slot.
oh sure.
Yeah, so that was. I mean, so I think Ursa like did
Mm.
super well early, and I think it did scale
They
well, but
they should have just pushed before the Radiance I was up, I believe.
it was so hard because they did try that one time and they made like a 2-for-2 trade. See, that's why Underlord, and I know this is a bit weird because Underlord didn't do or had like a bit of a hard game, but Underlord is actually super good at those kind of matches because he just
Yeah,
shoves out waves. He's just like, you can't really push into that firestorm because it's like percentile damage. And, the cooldown is so short you can do it every wave. So that's,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Mm,
I'm gonna quickly get some juice and I'm gonna
cool.
be going to the toilet and I'll be right back.
Awesome. Smoothie, you there? Smoothie?
Yo,
Cool.
I'm
Okay.
back. I'm expecting completely different drafts in the second game. To be
I'm
honest with you.
expecting it from Gorg because I don't know if that was their. Yeah, it seemed a bit off, like in terms of like when they were trying to execute the finish. So I think they might opt for a bit of a later sort of lineup. I don't think they'll go the Ursa again, even though it did well. I just think they might pick a more safe carry. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Apes did. They went, what is our win con? What just gets too strong that it ends the game. Um, so we'll see, which is going to be
And
interesting.
in this case,
It's
it was not the Spectre, but the Kling.
yeah, no, I mean that was actually quite wild. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's interesting, and I mean, you know, I think the Spectre did well, did what it needed to do as a hero, and I think once it got, you know, Radiant's Manta, it was hard to kill. You know, it's
Yeah, because the team fed in the start. I think the score was 16-5 towards Apes. Or
yeah,
towards, no, not towards Apes, towards Gorg.
yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. But I think they did well. You know, they maximized on those fights. You know, okay, we lose two heroes, but they get one hero. You know, they lose two heroes, but they're losing supports. You know, they were perpetually like taking those efficient losses. So it was quite good to
Yes.
see. I mean,
Support life.
but we'll see. You know, game two is hype. You know, both these teams go, okay, you know what, this worked, this didn't work. Let's fix it now. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Entire team banned.
As we say, game 2 of the next gen tournament. We have Apes strong together and a team that we don't know how to.
Radiant team banned.
Yeah, it's a bit of a challenge.
Trap.
Sorry, I think you cut out there. I'm not sure if it's
Problem.
Oh, entire
okay.
team banned.
You see,
Starting with the draft, what do you think?
they insta ban
Iron
the
ban?
Clinks, so I mean I think we're gonna see two new drafts because that Clinks is not there.
Radiant team banned.
Oh, I was expecting to.
I suspect that Doom should get banned somewhere along this line. You know, it was first phase banned by by actually Gorg, I believe. So we'll see.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Okay, they opt for the PL. That's a interesting one. They're not even letting them first phase that hero. That's I think they might know that Gorg like playing PL if they're gonna just insta ban it first phase.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left.
IO.
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
That is quite a common ban, but
Come on, Radiant team, you gotta pick him right.
And then we see the
Ooh.
Doom.
gotta do.
Yeah, you let it through,
I'll
it's
make
gonna
it
get picked. You gotta be careful. This hero is so good at the moment. I'm glad we're gonna see a Doom game. I want to see it in action, and I think rightly so. You first pick it. I think
10 seconds to
I
pick
think
your
it's
hero.
that meta at the
How do
moment.
you counter this?
Yeah,
So
there's 5 seconds left now.
Doom's a challenging one at the moment, and it's kind of
Drop
why you
early
first
game
phase it,
too.
because you
Come
can't
on,
counter
Entire
it
team,
that
pick
well.
it good.
One of them is Rubik, but it doesn't necessarily stop the Doom from doing what he does. It just offers you more potential play potential. And they go for the double Doom with the Grimstroke. This is going to be insane. We'll see if they pull it off, but that is a wild duo.
I believe this can
10 seconds to pick your hero, you
bomb.
moron. 5 seconds, Morty.
Lot more.
It'll be fine.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Weird, sorry.
Entire
That's
team
right. I
banned.
think it is just maybe the sensitivity on when it picks up the voice. But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting game, Smoothie. I'm pretty hyped. The double dooms, you know, but they do have a rubric and now a centaur, so they're not looking like there's
I like the centaur pick. It's a strong laner.
yeah. And Doom doesn't really want to doom a centaur or a rubric, or I suppose maybe a rubric, but you know, if there's no good Doom targets, might not need to even cast Doom.
Definitely.
But we'll see. It's I think Infernal Blade is still good. You know that spell and Devour. So I think the hero just naturally has got a good toolkit. So we'll see. It's not entirely just the Doom. Um, they do ban out the Ursa, which is a bit of an interesting one. It's good
Big
against
ban.
Doom.
Did do well in the previous game, as you.
Well, so they
slightly
played
better
the
better
Ursa,
in
hey?
this lineup.
So I'm not sure why they banned it entirely. I know it's good against Doom, but
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds
you
left.
know, I'm not sold on Ursa at the
Maybe
moment.
they know something we don't.
Very possibly. This is also another thing with the Doom pick is I've seen quite a few teams do Doom mid. So I don't know if they'll do it here, but it might be something to keep in mind. I mean, I'm up for a Doom mid. Let's hope.
This is definitely one of the heroes that open pick, put anywhere on the map, so always keeps Apes guessing.
But so far, very different style of drafts from both teams, I'd say. Very strong initiators and very strong positional support. So we'll see how this pans out. A lot of calls getting banned out now. So they've banned out the TB and the Sven. So there's a very limited pool in those Spectre type heroes that like, and Sven and TB that like just close out games. So we'll see if one of the team opts for a more early strat. Yeah.
AM is still in the game.
Yeah. Look, AM is a challenge
Too.
because Doom and Centaur are both good against AM. So, but you know, I've got a bit of an insight into Arno, who's the core for Gorg, and he's a monster of an AM player. So, if they pick it up, it could work. You know, if a player's super comfortable in a hero.
Come on, Radiant team, you gotta pick 'em right.
I believe so, dude. And then they take out the Morphling. That's another carry.
Yeah, a very strong carry. I think it's good at the moment.
Really takes it to a small pool.
Yeah.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left.
So I think both teams here have showed their off lanes. So I suspect we're going to see the safe lane heroes from both teams here. So it'll be interesting to see who we get here from them.
Go Dire team, pick 'em up.
They pick up the Jakira again. I think this is a stable
That
hero
was
for
really
them.
a strong pick.
Yeah. Those ice
Definitely a
paths were
strong
big
pick
for
in the
them.
game. Definitely.
Such a strong laner with that dual breath. I mean, it slows your movement, attack speed, and does damage over time. It's so powerful. And it can hit two heroes.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now. Radiant team pick.
Disruptor.
Disruptor, I like this pick.
Interesting. I know this is a stable pick for Gorg as well, if I remember correctly.
Dire team pick.
Counter to that, Life Stealer.
Yeah. So a very interesting pick here. So you're right, and it counters hugely the disruptor, but Doom. Okay, so it actually kind of fights through Doom, which is pretty good. But I also don't think you can
10
dispel
seconds to pick your hero.
Grimstroke's silence with rage, which could be a challenge.
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
But overall, does do well
I
against
think
Doom
they're
and
planning
Disruptor.
on They do want to have the glimpse. So
Oh,
Mm.
Dire team ban.
probably gonna rush a Helm of Dominate. Get a creep.
Okay.
Help him.
So this is getting interesting here. So there's a lot of burst damage and control on the side of Gorg. But if I look at Apes, they tanky heroes here. You know, even this Jakiro is sitting on a lot of armor and HP.
Left to pick a hero.
And Disruptor being a very good catch mechanic for them, so this Centaur needs to be careful with his ulti. You ulti, but one hero gets pulled back. Bit of a challenge.
Ooh, Radiant team ban.
What do you see Apes picking as a middle? Gonna counter this feint middle. Or
So
possible
I think it's yes. So it very could possibly be a Doom, right? They're probably gonna leave that up to
Radiant team
the
ban.
players, which they prefer. So it's a bit of a challenge because so I'm thinking you need a hero that can dodge the dagger from Quap. So either an Ember or Puck. I would probably say Puck is potentially a good
Puck.
one, but you do have to be careful of Doom. So not in the laning phase, but like post like level 6, you gotta be super careful. So we'll see. But definitely if it matches against Queen of Pain, it's a good matchup. Um, Still a bit of a challenge though.
I like this AoE the dire side.
Yeah.
Dire team, pick 'em up.
So they ban a
Flexible.
Brood Mother.
Playing
Wow.
with the ulti.
I wonder if there's something to that. Because I remember last game the Meepo was banned, so I don't know if they're just taking out these cheesy mids. And Brood got a nice buff.
Pop
So it's
stomp
actually
with it.
oh, and they bring in the
Oh, and we
anti-mage.
do see the anti-mage.
It's a hard anti-mage, but flip, I've seen anti-mages like win against like games where they have 5 counters. So we'll see how it goes. And this is a comfort pick for them, 100%. The Ursa player from last game has like hundreds of games on this hero, and we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Oh,
Tiny.
that's
This is a strong meta pick.
yeah. So I love it because you're gonna put the centaur with the tiny, right? Well, or it might go mid or whatever, but tossing a centaur is awesome. You just toss him in. He'll
And
hoof stomp. He'll
bringing
absorb
back
whatever.
old school Dota.
Yeah, no, tossing centaur is like classic, dude. Love it. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, mid tiny, mid quap. Okay, so that's interesting. I think quap is gonna have a reasonably good lane. Depending
I think that
depending on how they rotate, because I think quap isn't gonna get early levels in blink, or at least I don't think so.
Oh man.
So there is kill potential on quap
Hero.
with the tiny. Oh, and we're gonna see the new persona on anti-mage. This is hype.
Queen of Pain did have a really good game the previous high. He can shut down this Nemi. That had an awesome game on the Clinked, by the
Yeah.
way.
No, the mids had an awesome
I think
game.
this is gonna be a very both, yes.
So we're gonna kick this off, eh? And Smithy, what are who do you think's got which lineup do you prefer?
I'm leading towards the Radiant side because pretty tanky heroes, and I think there's not going to be enough time for the AM to get
Holy moly.
3-4 core items.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
What is your thought?
So I quite like the Dyer's lineup, so I think I'm gonna take the opposite route to you. But I think this anti-mage could just carry the game. And I think, it's more about the anti-mage being able to just like push out lanes and shove out waves and, get the items and force the enemy team to never be able to push. I think that's what game we're gonna see now. So it's gonna be very interesting. It could just not happen, Doom could just keep dooming they could just keep catching the anti-mage, and then it's not going to be that like that.
Game, set, done. Yep. But I think this is gonna be a lot on the mid lane,
The world is a
rotating at the right time.
100%. From what we saw last game, it's going to be high tempos from the mid heroes. They're going to get the key items and they're going to make the game impact. A little bit of cheeky cosmetic uses here at top. Oh, he doesn't want to half-five his teammate, and he throws the chili at him. What a toxic gamer, bro.
What a teammate.
Yeah, dude, he's being toxic. We'll see. I think the Dire need to be careful with this top rune though. I don't think that the Centaur Rubric quite strong. They are trading a lot with him.
The mana burns quite a lot.
Yeah, he can't trade there. Disruptor.
Disruptor might go for this.
Oh, that is so cheeky, but I love it, dude. Pick it up. Get out of there now. Okay, no, that's good.
It's a 1v1.
The supports. Oh, it just opts for the TP. Doesn't want to fight Rubik. He's had enough. Very interesting play from Lil Soy Boy. He's actually like stopping them from blocking here by like aggressive, because the waves don't aggro anymore like on the first wave. So you can actually just stand there and then hit them if they try block. Very awesome play from Soy Boy.
Tiny is gonna get spammed down by the Queen of Pain.
Yeah. So very interesting. He does actually end up picking up all the last hits in the first wave, pretty much, which is quite big for him. I mean, Queen of Paint does as well, but I'm not 100% sure if you can stop that. So it's going to be interesting. If they both farm, I think Tiny comes out slightly ahead in that matchup. And Pixel Shadow getting very low to Mr. Speaker. Must have landed that Inkswell. Still trading here. It does pop the Mango to get another dual breath on him.
Little Soy Boy is trying to go on Doom.
Doom's taking a lot of damage from this lifestealer. He does realize he's hit level 2, so he's a level ahead of the Doom, so he can be aggressive. Using those micro spikes like to pressure the opponent. But we saw Underlord from last game have a tough game, and he had he had a lot of impact. So we'll see. Doom has Devour, so it's a very strong mechanic to pull your wave back. Evidence getting very low. These supports are going at each other here at top. so before the game even started, they were going at each other. And actually bottom as well. Pixel Shadow and Mr. Speaker are also still just going at it trading. They're barely using spells because they just don't have the levels. Level 1 and they're just auto attacking each other. It's beautiful. But looks like mid's still quite even.
Middle lane seems pretty fair though.
Yeah. It does look like Tiny has a lot more regen. I mean, he's sitting on a Fairy Fire, Tangos, and at Solve. Bottom lane, Inkswell. Pixel Shadow might go down yet. No, it just doesn't have the damage. They're still level 1. It's hard to get kills when you're level 1.
So
but
one lane, I believe, with strengthening outside of. We have the same situation, Tom. Supports just dominating each jungle.
It kind of
farming in lane.
It's kind of really good in a way, you know. All these cores are getting these 1v1 matchups because the supports are just like not in lane. But bottom lane, Export does have Inkswell on him. Soyboy does pop the rage just in time. Does manage to dodge. This is an amazing mechanic to deal with that Inkswell combo. Mimi getting a bit low there.
Lifestealer has an upper hand with it. Always has. If he's got enough mana, he can ult.
Yeah. We'll see. These lanes a bit static at the moment.
Don't have anything.
Doom is aggressively playing on this lifestealer. It's good to see. Did eat a Hellbear creep, which is quite cool because it gives him attack speed and he has like this burst damage with the Thunderclap. Queen of Pain does bottle up a haste rune. A bit early to rotate though, so he might just use it to harass Tiny.
Tiny is run out of heal. Really has a.
Wow, that's surprising. I mean,
buy more.
he had a soul. The haste rune is popped. Queen of Pain is trying to go on Tiny, but does decide to back off. I mean, he's burned through 3 tangos, a solve, and he still has a Fairy Fire, but that's a lot of damage from Queen of Pain. bottom lane.
Oh! Dude gets first blood.
Very good kill then. I mean, that's
Back in time.
Shakira going down. Grimstroke does manage to TP out. Just as bounties are spawning, so Doom's going to pick up 2. Disruptor is going to pick up 1. Are they going to get all 4? Oh, it decides not to go up there. They could have got all 4 there. He would have seen...
Had some back there.
Yeah, there's an ancient stack and a hard camp stack. That's very big. I wonder who'll take that. I suspect either Tiny or Centaur. He does get glimpsed back in the tower. But I don't think they have the damage here. Centaur's just too tanky.
Killing the Centaur.
He's got a ring of protection for the +2 armor and a ring of Tarask. I don't think you can kill this guy, at least not yet. Tiny brings out another solve. And he's got 2 braces and 2 mangoes. He's opting for a lot of regen here.
He needs a run. He was leading, but shot right past him. He's scared to take the fatigue fight right now. But Queen of Pain, and the Queen of Pain can just kite him. Right, keep him down.
DD popped on the Queen of Pain, is harassing Nemi. Isn't going to use these runes aggressively, just securing the mid lane farm. This anti-mage is farming very well for the lane he's got. He's currently sitting on 42 last hits. I mean, that's 10 last hits above anyone else in this game currently. So we might see a very early Battle Fury. Middle lane, Queen of Pain using that ulti to full effect. And the DD as well.
Mana to get that ulti down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Shakira and
That's big for
Grimstroke.
Queen of Pain.
Still battling it out bottom. The Inkswell does come out. Pixel Shadow could be in trouble here. No, it looks like Doom's too far away. But Mr. Speaker now is in trouble. They do have open wounds on the lifestealer. Can he get to him? They do miss the ice path, the dual breath, and he is TPing out. So Smoothie, what do you think of these lanes so far? I think they're quite static, but I think, you know, this is
Pretty
better
fair.
for Apes a bit than last game.
I believe so. Tiny needs to take those stacks. Catch up with the Pain farm.
Yeah.
He does have that Link Dagger lined up, but he's up to go for the power threads first. Which I don't blame him for, he can get some escape.
Look, the treads are very strong for him.
Does not get the rune.
That's unfortunate. He doesn't have bottles, so it's not too punishing, but you do now have a hasted Queen of Pain heading top. Centaur needs to be careful. He just goes down to the anti-mage. I mean, there was no Queen of Pain there, but Queen of Pain does just jump in to get the rubric. Does look like he's going to go down. Should do to the tick damage. Oh no, anti-mage almost gets that kill.
He really wanted it.
He did. He was like, this is going to push me to my Battle Fury.
You've got a kill on...
And the Pixel Shadow's having a hard time here.
He's almost got that lad. That's gonna be really big for him and for the team.
Yeah. Lifestealer did a bit of a cheeky play there. As they were going, or they were doing damage to him, and with the Grimstroke paintbrush thing, he jumped inside a creep to dodge it. So there's a lot of stacks going on here.
Paintbrush. I like the way you...
You should have seen me. I was doing like a motion with my hand, like busy painting there. So, yeah, we were talking about these stacks. There's currently a triple stack here, from what I can see. Maybe, yeah, that is a triple stack, right? I can't quite tell, but so they need to abuse that and use that.
3 core.
I mean, Tiny should have the damage now to do it. He does have level 4 points in his avalanche, which is 300 damage, which is quite a bit. And probably just one toss would even do it.
Can decide to like try and farm up that.
Mr. Speaker getting very low here, it will go down.
Disruptors going on the shoot. Bottom.
They could get Rubric here. He is getting kinetic fielded up, does go down with the ulti from Anti-Mage. Queen of Pain is here as well. Chieftain needs to be careful here. This could be another death. Do they have enough damage? Queen of Pain might blink in. Does Queen of Pain pop the ulti here? Doesn't pop the ulti, but they get the kill. And Shadow Pixel, you need to be careful here.
Way here.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
AM is gonna rush this battle fury. Might get it before 14 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, you should get it around then.
Got that Iron Talon.
Yeah, Iron Talon is super good. Anti-Mage is going to be able to flash farm with that, and he's also actually almost there. He actually could buy out one of the items already for the next piece. So, I mean, if he gets another 2 kills or something, he's going to get it before 14 minutes, which is quite wild. I mean, he has treads as well. Centaur ulti. Just getting the lifestealer out of...
Don't worry.
He got doomed up. The lifestealer.
Disruptor might go down. Very low, one hit.
Oh, and they left him.
They get him. Tiny's having a little bit of better lane.
Yeah, the Queen of Pain's been doing quite a lot of rotating.
Not first.
It's getting gone on here. I wonder if the Queen of Pain even commits ulti. She could potentially try and kill this Tiny.
Tiny's just waiting.
He is trying to stack the camp, but Queen of Pain's going to find him, and he misses the stun. Does Queen of Pain commit the ulti? She does have enough for the ulti and does pop it. And correctly so, to the name, I can do it. Queen of Pain did it.
This anti-mage pick, as you said, it was a comfort pick.
Yeah. So
I'm liking the way he's having the last hit advantage.
He's
definitely gonna get that early battle fury, and it's gonna be stoppable.
Yeah. Look, he's gonna hit some mad timings now. And one of the interesting mechanics I'd like to see this game, I don't know if it'll happen, but is I want to see him reflect Doom. That would be pretty pog. You know? Sort of just shove that Doom back at him with the reflect. There is a smoke from the Dire here. Mr. Speaker and I Can Do It are wrapping behind here. They really want to punish the Centaur. Disruptor ulti popping down does get Chieftain, so they can't use the ulti. Queen of Pain does have Ink Swirl. Can they get this Rubric? They do. There's a Glimpse available. Are they going to go for more? The Glimpse range just isn't too much.
Not enough follow-up.
Bottom lane, we do see the lifestealers opted for the armlet, which is definitely different. There's been quite a few different builds at the moment for lifestealer running around. You know, Echo Sabers, Radiances, quite a lot of different builds. So it's interesting to see he went armlet.
This might just to have enough HP to survive the main ulti.
Yeah, and I think it might help with the Doom as well. I'm just not 100% sure, because I don't think you can activate it. He's just harassing this Doom, but I think you can use it and then get doomed. And
Anti-Mage got his battle fury, and that's on the dot 14.
You called it.
14
You called it spot on.
I believe he's in the position where he can join the fight pretty early right now.
I think he needs to be careful here.
Go on him.
Yeah.
Lucky blink.
Yeah.
Lucky blink.
So this would be quite a nice time for him to rotate into the jungle. I don't think he has to keep farming this wave, but so I wouldn't be surprised if we just see him start like running through this jungle, hitting up the triangle and then going bottom, and then pushing out that wave. So we'll see what he does.
But I think Dire team can spot that out. They know you, so they might just smoke gank and find him. Maybe not right now, but
Yeah.
definitely a good idea to do it in 5 minutes.
Look, they can't. They're gonna have to do something. They can't
Going
just.
on the Doom though.
He does have teammates here. He does throw out the Doom. Can
Running at
Export survive though? He should be able to. But Tiny blinks in. Does have a blink. Queen of Pain is getting blown up here. Pops the ulti. Both of them are getting super low. Can Queen of Pain get out? Oh yes, does on a sliver of HP. The bottom lane, the anti-mage is fighting. He's got just Battle Fury, but he wants to fight. He wants kills. And a beautiful fight coming out from the Dire. Can they find Wagyu here?
That puts him in a 8,000 gold lead.
And this is only 16 minutes in, so that's quite a substantial lead. Let's see if they can translate that into towers. They do spot out Wagyu with the...
Must be scared.
They did scan him, they do know he's there, they do find him
scan
with the
him out.
kinetic field. He should go down here.
He's gonna survive.
So I was,
This is definitely a tier 1 down bottom.
I think I'm a bit of an idiot. You know, I was thinking about reflecting the Doom. They're on the same team. That's a bit of a weird one. Well, maybe game 3 if there's a game 3.
You were just thinking ahead.
Ah,
But anyway,
wait.
Queen of Pain hit a great timing on Orchid.
Oh, but gets taken down.
Dropped her down.
This Blink Dagger doing so much work for Tiny.
Avalanche and Toss maxed out.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Enough
damage.
burst damage to what it was.
300, 600 damage, burst damage. But so back to the Doom, and what could happen here, right? Is Rubric steals Doom, casts it on Anti-Mage, who reflects it back into Anti-Mage. I think I just recovered.
That breaks my brain.
If we see that, I'm gonna be super happy. And we see Anti-Mage has actually almost got Manta. This is huge. If he can snowball this game, I think they might have it in the bag. But Tiny says no. He's like, I want to get hero kills.
Tiny just nice.
Nemi with the plays. He's got treads now. He has Vanguard. He had. Oh, he's got the Imp Claw. That's a lot of damage. He's going to be critting now.
After having a tough start, he's up really good.
Let's have a look at the net.
After getting that Eco Saber, he's gonna have enough burst.
They're still behind in the net worth, but definitely still able to kill the enemy heroes, which, you know, means that they can catch this game up very, very easily. There is a glimpse onto the Centaur. Are they going to go on in there? They do drop the Orchid,
Not hit their timing yet.
but it looks like they just can't even do any damage to this
Blink.
guy. Lifestealer still farming. Almost got a Deso. That's a huge spike for them.
Oh, jeez, Morty, they're going after Tire's bottom tower.
They are smoked up here. They do want to find the Lifestealer. They
bring
do
him
get him with the Orchid. Are they going to continue to chase here? That's a beautiful ice path. There's a lot of tiers teeping in here. Oh, they jump onto the Doom. He is getting blown up. Can he survive? The Queen of Pain drops the ult and the Disruptor ult into 4 heroes, but they get pushed out. That's unfortunate. They glimpse onto the Jakiro, onto the Centaur. Looks like they're just disengaging. That's 2 heroes down on the side of the Dire on Gorg. And they pick up the Disruptor as well. That's so unfortunate. Their smoke gank, you know, unfortunately didn't pay off.
That's exactly what they needed.
And I think that's a bit of a challenge because, you know, they had such a commanding lead. They had some snowball potential. But the Dire just sort of hitting those timings and countering back.
Pretty similar to what we saw first game.
It's
Kind
quite
of
interesting.
Waiting.
Yeah. One thing we didn't see last game was a smoke around this 20-minute mark from Apes. So this is gonna be interesting. They do realize that they want to get a kill here.
Tower's under attack.
opting to leave the Lifestealer farming while they go on export. This is a dead doom. I don't see how he gets out of this. Blink, toss, stomp. That's a lot of damage. Executed to perfection.
Tiny with a dominating. Yo, he's gonna have that eco statement pretty.
Yeah, he's gonna have it. And he's used this power spike to keep his team in the game. You know, he hit that blink and he went for kills, and he hasn't stopped since.
They want more.
They want more, yeah, you're right. And they're gonna potentially dive this tower for this Grimstroke, and they do. Tiny just blinks in, and he doesn't even need his teammates there.
One man team.
Yeah. His team, his lifesteal is farming away. He's just blinking behind towers. They do go on mid. Can they bring down Disruptor? They do. Lifestealer outputting quite a lot of damage here with this Deso. And the Blink Dagger getting picked up by Sensor Warrunner, so they've got a lot of initiation on the side of Apes.
A lot of catch as well.
Yeah. So they're using that very well to their advantage.
I'm looking to see a rush soon. Maybe
Yeah.
one or two pickles and definitely expecting a rush and maybe.
But just to that one point when the Dire and Gorg picked the anti-mage, I was saying that this is not necessarily an anti-mage that you're gonna see that just like fights them, and you see how he's sort of after that last fight his mentality's kind of changed here, where he's like, okay, this is a game where I have to shove out waves.
Yes.
He's like, I've got to shove out waves, my teammates got to get farm, I've got to try get some towers, I've got to make sure the enemy can't fight us because they're defending towers. So that it's going to be very interesting.
Definitely.
I mean, they're going to have to defend bottom. That's
Good mindset change.
Yeah, and I like to see that because the enemy is very strong. You can't fight into them.
Apes is actually gonna spot that.
Let's see, they do TP Nemi in bottom, and they TP one mid here. They are positioned for a kill here potentially, but I think the enemy know they're here. They do have a ward, a beautiful ward over here.
2-3 TP.
Yeah, they're bringing in the heroes here. They're going to do a cheeky play because the enemy don't know that. I think they know only Tiny's here. So this is actually amazing. We'll see what they do. I don't think they have a smoke, but... Oh, they do have a smoke, but they have to shove out the wave. He gets glimpsed back into the trees.
Even if they take this fight
There
right
we
now,
go.
which I don't think they are, because they're backing down right now, and this AM, but he should split pushing, as we said.
Yeah.
His mentality changed drastically the last team. Definitely.
They do find Disruptor, who gets
Flying high.
insta-destroyed. I mean, he died before he landed from the toss. That's unfortunate. But not the priority kills that they were looking for. They do... Oh, almost spots the Queen of Pain. Who does have BKB now, which is a big power spike. That's a 10-second BKB where Tiny can't actually do too much.
Whoa, some big items coming up for him. Skull Basher, and these are first item for the butterfly, I believe.
Yeah, that's actually very big. They need the lockdown, you know, and that lockdown goes through Rage, which is like really big for them. But we'll see. It looks like Nemi is looking to initiate the fight, so we'll see what happens here. But the Dire are positioned here to fight. They do drop down the Grimstroke ulti. Are they going to get the double doom? They do. But Tiny blows up the Disruptor on a double anti-mage ulti. This could be a dead lifestealer. It is. Beautiful fight from the Dire. They're going to pick up another kill. Centaur does opt for a TP, but it looks like he's not going to make it. Beautiful use of skills there. They got off the double doom and the double AM ult.
Not what Apes would.
I think Apes overestimating how strong they were there. You know, you have to respect the double doom, and the Grimstroke ulti is so strong against Centaur. Because they just couldn't run away. It's just so challenging to run away. You know, you're getting pushed around with the Queen of Pain ultis. There's glimpses, kinetic fields. They've got a lot of control on the side of the Dire. So they do have to respect that. And I think we're going to see less sort of aggressive pushes like that from the Radiant.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
They're going to first be looking for those pick-offs. They're going to use smokes, and we might see one now. The last that jumps in Nemi, they're going. They want another kill. They're not stopping here.
5 manning down middle. Brave. Can
Let's
get the
see,
network.
bounties are.
Anti-Mage is pretty far ahead.
Yeah, anti-mage is 6k ahead of the lifestealer. That's quite something. But
He does
Queen of
opt
Pain
to
might
go
get
back
caught here. They
for
do spot the Queen of Pain. They
for
do.
the
The BKB comes out and cops out.
Oh, BKBs and blinks out. That was
And,
big.
and that's the power of buying BKB. You know, you just don't lose a tower there now. You know, you don't sit there not farming for for a minute or two. It's a very good use there. And the anti-mage is actually going to finish this Abyssal, realizing that it's the only way they can really stop the Rage TP from Lifestealer. So I do like it. Does blink on... No, he can't bring down Pixel Shadow. You know, Pixel Shadow sitting under 9 armor under this tower.
He's got the Philosopher, so won't be surprised if he still goes for the Midas, even though it's 20.
Not 100% sure. It looks like he is going to go for the Glimmer Cape. But I'm not sure. It's a bit of a challenging one because, you know, I suppose it's to mitigate a lot of Disruptor and Doom's damage on Queen of Pain. But they do find him, and it looks like they're going to blow him up. But Tiny wants the backline, but he's going to back out. Now Queen of Pain pops the BKB. There's a Sensor ulti, and they're just getting out of here. But Rubric, does manage to juke the Queen of Pain. But they do see the courier, so he gets spotted out, and Anti-Mage just blows him up.
Gave him away.
The courier gave him away. Feels weird. But that is huge for the side of Gorg.
But they got the Lifestealer still pushing down middle.
Dyer's middle tower's under attack.
We'll see. They're threatening this Rax. You know, you've got to get back here. Lifestealer has to fight now. He has no choice. They still have Doom. They still have Anti-Mage ult. They've got all their ultis up. This could be very good. But I think they're respecting this glyph and just backing out.
AMTP'd back. Definitely what they planned on. Rather not take the risk fight, get the aim back.
Yeah, let him get this. Let him get this butterfly.
Network.
He's gonna get it in the next 5 minutes if they
Definitely.
let him farm. So I think they can afford to wait. You know. I think at this point, Apes are looking like they have to make the play. So I think rightly so, Gorg and them are just backing off, shoving lanes, pressuring the game onto this team of Apes.
They can get a pick up on this end. But I think they're probably gonna consider Roche soon.
With this DD, it's very possible. This could. It looks like they might go for kills, but they could rush with this DD for sure. And amazingly so, this anti-mage is sitting on
Also
0
illusion,
deaths. The
Scary.
Tiny is going to get spotted out here. No, he jumps into the mid lane and gets the Jakira kill instantly. Tiny is going to blink in and go after the anti-mage. Anti-mage is getting a bit low, but tosses the Tiny. And there is a Doom onto the Lifestealer who goes down. Anti-mage going onto this Chieftain who gets blown up. And a glimpse onto Nemi who's just getting mana burned and has nothing left. And an ultra kill for the anti-mage.
Ultra.
Oh, and
This
a
is
tip
massive,
coming out
man.
for Nemi. And he's like, fight me. The power of
How
a
do you
farmed
stop this
anti-mage.
anti-mage?
The world is a messed up
So,
place.
I think they have good heroes against this anti-mage. I just think he's so strong right now. You know, he has enough money for this, for the butterfly, and they're gonna get a Rax here. So, it is a challenge.
They're gonna get the rack up, back, get the battle.
There's a blink.
The butterfly,
Anti-mage
and
wants more. He ends up just killing this Rubik instantly. Can he get out of here? He is going to take a lot of damage. No, yeah, he's just going to TP out. They are pressuring bottom racks, but the rest of his team is running, so they should get out of here.
getting back, roaching, getting the butterfly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they.
He picks up that butterfly. If he gets the Scotty, I mean, you're not going to burst him. you know the Tiny's not going to be able to burst him, and your lifestealer is going to be missing. So lifestealer actually has to get MKB. So I think there's a lot of things that the Radiant need to actually kill this anti-mage, which is a huge challenge.
Definitely.
But I mean, we saw the comeback from last game. They're definitely not out of this game.
Lifestealer can focus the right guy.
Yeah,
There's a double damage stop though.
we'll see.
Where
I
we
would,
see Rush happen.
yeah, I would think that they should Rosh now because they are gonna look for another Rax, and it would be amazing with Oh, he is getting his mids bottle for the DD. So it looks like he wants to hold it for a bit. He doesn't want to pop it just yet. Okay. And I think that's quite good because, you know, they've still got this tier 2 they need to deal with. You know, they might not push that Rax immediately. So we'll see how that pans out.
Late game, definitely going towards 24k gold lead. Bit far-fetched.
Yeah. It's a bit of a challenge, but they are going to make a smoke play here, which is quite key. I think if they can blow up a couple of these heroes before the fight starts, but it looks like Anti-Mage just pops the smoke instantly, and he might not be the right target for them. They do get the... but there's a Disruptor ulti. Oh, beautiful. And a double Abyssal. The Queen of Pain ulti. They're just blowing up these heroes. And a double Anti-Mage ult. And that's an ultra kill for the Anti-Mage again. Is he going to get the Rampage? He gets the Rampage! The DD on the GG is called. What an end to the game.
And the GG. 14 for 0 on this anti-mage.
What a game.
Unstoppable.
What a comfort pick, you know, if he's going to do that in a game for you.
Definitely. Why not pick him every game?
Oh, that was awesome. What a way to end it, you know, with a Rampage.
Yeah, we don't see that. Yo, is that a 2-0?
No, that's a 1-1.
Oh, so there's a third game.
Yeah, there's.
Cool.
That was insane.
That was insane. I really thought they brought it back when that Tiny hit that spike.
Dude, he was outputting so much damage. The problem is like they couldn't kill the anti-mage or pressure him in lane, and it kind of like showed right in the game because they just weren't they weren't able to pressure later because he had the items he needed, and he was just getting those double ults off. Wow, that was...
I also think the anti-mage got that, like from early he had the last hit and the deny advantage.
Yeah.
Because he got that Battle Fury in 14 minutes with his power threads, which is like a really good timing.
No, that's a very good
And then
timing.
he got a double kill.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of what they could have done, but flip, it was... You have to ban it. And from knowing Ono, it's such a comfort pick for him. I think every time we've scrimmed against him, we've banned anti-mage.
Yeah.
So I hope Apes decide to do that. I don't think they can let that through. I think you let the PL through, you ban the anti-mage. And you take out Doom. I think Doom is too strong.
You think the Doom played a big role in that game? With obviously the double Doom worked well.
Yeah, so
but yeah, with the Grimstroke putting the stun on him and then he just blinks in and that's an automatic like burst kill.
So yeah, so I think it's very good outside of the double Doom, because I think it's so hard to pick a core into that, right? Like Lifesteal is like one of the only cores that can do that, right? Because he can deal with a strength hero. But like, you know, you can't pick squishy heroes, you can't pick like too many melee heroes that get close to waves. So it's a challenge, and that's why I think you ban it, right? Because you're forced into these awkward positions when you play against it.
Hard life.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna just take a 1 minute break, quickly get some water.
Alright. Dean,
Yo.
this guy's asking me, hi, game 3 is same side, plus pick as last, right?
Who's saying that?
As first game. Little soy boy just added me to ask that question, but I'm not too clued up with the rules.
So I'm not actually 100% sure either. My assumption is that they would either toss again or they would just swap what it was from what it was last game. What do you mind just pasting what he said to you in chat with me?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think it is. It's something we may need to confirm just with the tournament organizers.
Let's see. Admin says I'm not the admin.
It's fine. I think that is actually right. But I think we do need to just confirm that for other matches.
I believe so too.
Yeah.
You better pick your hero.
Getting into game 3, we have Apes versus whatever that name is. It's been exciting. It's been really exciting. I've seen some really good turnaround Dota. Some weird picks from teams. Not specifically heroes that counter each other, but more heroes that focus on comfort picks, as the was reminding me. But I'm expecting some stuff here on game 3. Both teams kind of figured out each other. What do you think, Dean?
It's very interesting. After that second game, I was so hyped. I'm not sure what these teams are going to do now. We've seen some crazy things from both of them. So I just think both teams have 100% bans they need to make here. I don't think you give them anti-mage. I don't think you give them clinks. You've got to stop those certain picks from going through.
All respect band.
10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron.
Respect band.
Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Looking at the first one.
Yeah, Queen of Pain getting banned, Magnus getting banned. I'm happy with both of those. But Clinks is still in, Anti-Mage is in. Please, you guys have to ban these things. I'm worried about what these heroes do in the game. So we'll see how that pans out.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
I'm gonna wonder what they're gonna pick Buttle.
Radiant team ban.
Mostly it's been a middle game, getting that road up.
Apes going for the
the right
Brood
time.
ban.
Dire team, pick it good.
Wow, and they pick up the Doom. Okay,
Doom
this is
again.
interesting. But the Doom's on the other side now, so,
Come on,
you
Radiant
know,
team, you gotta pick 'em right.
both teams respecting this hero, and Apes are sitting with it now. Maybe the Radiant thought they could get it, but I suppose you have to take out Clinks. So,
Dire team picked.
bit of a challenge there.
Grimstroke.
But denies them the Grimstroke. That is very important, because I think that was powerful last game. I think we can both agree that that combo is disgusting.
Definitely.
I mean, not only is the Inkswell like super good in lane,
Well,
but
they
that
cancel
ulti,
that out right now.
yeah.
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10
So we'll
seconds
see
left.
how Gorg decide to use this Grimstroke
better pick your
ulti.
hero.
Are they
5
going to pick up
seconds.
like a Beastmaster for double roars? Are they going to, you know, there's Lina that can double Laguna Blade. There's a lot they can do with it.
Apes taking their time with this. They're kind of discussing what's been working for them.
Okay, that's an interesting one. We haven't actually seen any liches so far. I actually haven't seen any in the last few matches I've casted, but I know it's quite a popular hero at the moment. That Ice Armor is super strong and
10
just pairs
seconds to
very
pick your
well with the
hero, you
Doom.
moron.
Yeah.
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
Gonna make a very hard laning combo.
Yeah, I mean, you pop Ice Armor on him in lane and he runs at you, you have to run. That's your only option.
See another Jakiro pickup. Really influential.
I would like to see it again.
Both
I think
these games so far.
it's been solid. I haven't seen it. It's performed in both games, so I didn't see anything wrong with that. If I was on the Radiant side here, on Gore's side, I would actually potentially ban it just because it's been so stable for them.
Dire team
Um,
ban.
Oh, I like
Okay,
that.
we got a bit of Magi.
Kind of a frontliner.
So that's quite cool. I mean, it's very stable, strong, in-your-face kind of hero. You can get the double stuns with the Grimstroke ult. Gives you some control.
Oh, dire team ban.
I see some stable bans coming out, similar to before. Morphling not going to see a single game this series. But
Morphling and Brood.
10 seconds left to pick
So-
Not my kind of style.
yeah, look, I don't fully understand that Brood ban. That one baffles me. We haven't spoken to it too much, but it's like niggling me there. Like I want to just like figure it out. And another PL ban. This team does not want to play against PL. And I actually think Doom Lich is actually not bad against PL in lane.
10 seconds to pick your hero. You
But they don't care. They just want it out every
Check
game.
on the table.
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
Shaker has been a.
Oh, dire team ban.
I think we're going to see something similar to the first game right now. They both need kind of ban carries.
Yeah.
Limit the pool.
Look, I'm concerned there's still like anti-mage. I mean, I think last game was like a bad
Okay.
anti-mage game, and he still made it work. So even though you have a Doom, right, it's still like, you know, he made that bad anti-mage match a good anti-mage match. So you got to worry about that a bit here. It's kind of the same reason you ban a Brood, because you know someone can just win any kind of a match with it because they're like kind of niche good at it.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
Like a Meepo kind of style. Or
Yeah, some cheesy style Dota.
overplays Invoker.
But interesting. I mean, they take out the Lifestealer.
I'm looking.
I think that's actually a good ban against Doom.
Bad. Spain. Bad yet.
Sven could be
But they
interesting.
go for the void.
Yeah. I think Void's super meta at the moment. But Sven as well. Sven, we haven't seen it yet, but I mean, that hero is strong. That Axe is like superpower. Oh wow. So Slux, that's an interesting hero because you can kind of play around Doom because your passive still works when you're doomed. Um, but Doom is still good against you because you can't ulti.
10
So I'm
seconds
not
to pick your
100%
hero,
sure
you
on that. And
moron.
also there's other heroes in the pool that counter you like Bloodseeker, AA,
You better pick your hero. 5 seconds.
I think Night Stalker to an extent. So we'll see. That's a very early pos 1 pickup. I mean, they still have 3 picks here to deal with this lock.
Come on, Radiant
So
team, you
the
gotta pick 'em right.
aim is still in the pool though.
Yeah, look, aim.
Oh, just more lockdown
Yeah, look.
catch.
After the Slark, I don't think there's going to be an aim from either. I mean, so the Slark will definitely be pos 1 for Gorg, and Slark is super good against AM if
You really
Apes
gotta
wanted
pick
to
a
pick it
hero.
up.
You got 10 seconds left.
But Bane is an
5
interesting one.
seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
It's good lockdown.
Go dire team. Pick 'em up.
I think Slark is looking better
Oh,
now that they
dark
picked Bane though.
I like the dark pick. I haven't seen vacuum quite a while.
It's pretty cool. I think
Definitely gonna bring some team fight potential.
yeah,
You
vacuum
really
into
gotta
a
pick a
wall.
hero. You got 10 seconds left.
It's always good fun.
You
But
better pick your
they're
hero.
not
5
comboing with
seconds.
this Grimstroke. They haven't opted to go for anything so far. So I wonder if they're gonna use this last pick to potentially bring in Alina or something that because we saw how powerful it was last game. So that would be interesting.
Yeah. Follow up from done.
Man, imagine Apes had Grimstroke right now. They could get double Dooms, they could get double Lich Shots, they could get double Fiend Scripts. I mean,
Dire team ban.
oh, okay.
Ooh, late game spec.
So this is slightly different to game
Kind of
one.
similar to the first one.
Well, so I think it's
Slightly.
I think it's actually problematic here, sorry, because yes, it's very similar to game one, but this time they have a Slog,
Oh, man,
who's
quick,
notoriously
10
good
seconds
against
left to pick a
Spectre.
hero. Radiant team ban.
The Essence Shift just destroys Spectre, and you kind of your leash is good. You always can man fight a Spectre, so this as meta and good as Spectre is at the moment, I think this might be a bit of a challenge.
Dire team ban.
But we'll see. It's hard to say entirely whether it's gonna pan out or not.
They do ban the AM though.
They do ban it out. I mean, you still have to respect it. I mean, after that last game and after that rampage right at the end, I mean,
I'm pretty shocked they only ban it right now. Oh, this is the
Zos.
highest third or fourth.
We got us a Zos. So they're going for this global team
Pause
fight.
one, dude.
10 seconds to pick your hero, you moron. Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Wow.
So we'll see what
Gork
they.
needs something that can kind of man up, get the bloodlust, get something that can really empower you when you bloodlust.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I think
not what they're gonna pick to be
so.
honest.
So Slug's going to be very key here for the Bloodlust targets. I think it's good against the Spec, so they need something that goes with Grimstroke and kills Zeus. So they could potentially go for like maybe a Kunkka or a what else is tanky mid? Earth Spirit. Mm, it's a challenging one because you kind of want to abuse the Grimstroke, but you also need something that's going to lane against the Zeus. Wow. Okay.
Lone
Time to
Druid.
choose your hero.
Hmm.
It's a pretty big often.
This is interesting. So Lone Druid did receive like a mega bad nerfs. Like the bear got nerfed,
See
he
you
got
later,
nerfed,
nerds.
the Savage Roar got nerfed, but I mean it's still roots at level 1, which is like overpowered. So I mean I'm hyped, dude. This is game 3. They last pick a lone druid, dude. Let's
Definitely.
get in.
That pick surprised me after this. Lone Druid doesn't have a lot of health. Other
Yeah.
than willpower.
One of the challenges, so I see two challenges with this lone druid. So one is Zeus does do percentile HP damage, so that will hurt the bear and you. The other thing is, Spectre Haunt will always land onto your hero, so you have to be quick on your
Yes.
fingers for those fears, because if Spectre gets Abyssal, you know he's gonna ulti go on you Abyssal you.
You can, yeah, you dead.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a challenge, but I mean, you know, this is a lone druid. He could just take over this game. So this is going to be hype. This is the kind of heroes you need for game 3. You know, we've got a Zeus, we've got a Spectre, we've got a Slark and lone druid. Let's see what happens.
Desperate times.
They-
I'm really good Dota.
They're bringing out the trump cards here, Smoothie.
I like how all of these people have skins for their characters.
Yeah, they're all
Buddies.
styling, dude.
See you later, nerds. What just happened?
Oh, these guys are loving their voice lines, eh? So Smoothie, I think on the side of Gorg they need to place a ward in their base again, because that might have won them the game 1.
That's fun.
Morty, don't look now.
Fortunately, they have the Zeus to help out scout for that stuff.
Oh wow, yeah,
Good
Zeus getting the D ward already. That's very powerful for his lane. So
I think Nemi's gonna have a really strong laning phase.
so he should do. I think from like level 1 to 3 he's gonna struggle because the bear should be reasonably good at like trading with him. Does look like they just. Oh wow, okay. On the side of
3-for-1 trade.
Gorg, yeah, got three runes. That's pretty big. I think they need that early advantage. Just because they are. I think that you're playing on a bit of a timing here against the Spectre, even though you have a lone druid and a Slark. Because like we said, they are going on to this Bane. There's a double Iron Shoal. This is like
Bottom lane. Also, these two supports are going at each other.
like we saw last game. They're going to be 3 minutes in, just still hitting each other, which is good because you give your cause the solo XP and you know you don't. There's no support harassing them then. So we gotta.
Mr. Speaker had some really good gameplay the previous game. Expecting some high things from him.
He did, and Pixel Shadow is getting harassed here quite a lot. This Ink Swell has been super powerful in like all the matches we've seen it in so far. It's just such a good laning spell. Zeus is getting harassed heavily in this lane, and I think this is the power of the Lone Druid. Even though it got nerfed, it is so strong level 1, and like 2 and 3. Those are like really big power spikes for him. And I mean that helps you just win your lane.
I think once Zeus hit his bottle, spam's just gonna.
Yeah, bottle's very key for him. He is bringing out 3 mangoes, so he's not even waiting for bottle. And Bane almost dying to Mr. Speaker here. This trading is getting a bit out of control for the Pixel Shadow.
Still no first blood though. Harassment.
A lot of
Right,
harass.
100 getting super low middle.
He's still sticking around. He knows Zeus has no mana, so he can't actually harass him. But he's got 3 mangoes on the way. This could be the first blood.
Definitely.
We'll see what he does. Lone Druid does have a tango
out
and a
another-
wand. The bear's getting super low as well. Bottom lane.
Oh,
Top.
oh, and he gets first blood middle.
Yeah, he gets first blood, and bottom was getting. Slock's getting low as well. Doom's just wailing on him. But it looks like he's just gonna run out. So he ended up getting those mangoes and killing him mid. Is that what happened there, Smoothie?
Yes, definitely. It got those mangoes and just spammed them down.
Just slapped him with one of those lightning bolts, and he TP's in and just gets hit again. Nemi is like showing him that he's not happy with the last game.
Whoa, this lone druid is unfortunately getting low once again.
Unfortunately, he doesn't even have bear yet. He's still waiting for his bear to pop up. Mr. Speaker is getting very low. Does pop the ink swirl and chasing Pixel Shadow. Are they going to go for this kill? Yes, they do. They get the Bane. Unfortunately, Pixel Shadow not surviving this time.
Speaker making early good plays.
Yeah.
Very good.
Very interesting game so far. I think middle's a bit of a challenge for Gorg, but on Apes side, I think this Spectre's getting harassed quite heavily by these Iron Shells, and I think it's like just that slow damage that you don't notice. And like, let's actually see if the last hits. Yeah, Slark is slightly ahead,
Yeah.
but not by much actually. I think the Doom Lich lane is very strong.
Spectre's still safe.
Hmm. Zeus does need to be a bit careful here. They are going for the ruin. Zeus is actually 2 levels ahead of this lone druid. That is insane. Lich going down bottom. Brilliant play. The Slark getting the Agi. That's huge. If he can keep getting Agi this game, that he'll snowball very quickly in this game. Mr. Speaker getting gone on.
Level 2.
Does pop the ink sword, but he is going to potentially go down. Oh, and his teammate Export saving his life there. But the Zeus gets the kill. Popping the ulti. Pixel Shadow is not done. He's like, Export, you either get out of the lane or I'm just going to keep hitting you.
What a mess.
Lone Druid's doing something interesting. He's farming that big camp.
Liking how this dude's farming.
The Doom. Let's have a look. Sitting on 2 Wraith bands.
Having a good game too.
Oh, doesn't he be careful? Slug's got Agi stacks, he needs to be careful. Bounties coming. Oh,
Block
already
does
came
go
up.
on those.
So we'll see. This
Zeus
Spectre.
level 4 on that lightning bolt.
Yeah.
That creates big killing opportunities.
Super punishing to
I would not be
the.
surprised if he goes like a bloodstone or like a quick Aghanim thing.
Yeah, I think the Aghanim Scepter is probably the right thing. I think. I'm not 100% sure on Bloodstone this meta. Bottom lane, Slark getting super low. Can they bring them down? They are going to go on Evidence, who should drop, but they don't get the Slark.
Slark does not have his ult.
Shadow
Pretty
Pixel
hard
needs
for
to be
him to heal up.
careful, yeah. So the Spectre's last hits has spiked up drastically in the last couple minutes. He's actually leading over the Slark.
He does opt to go for that Hannah Midas once again.
Mr. Speaker
Yes,
getting
for that.
low. Nemi with the haste rune comes in. Can they get the export? They do. They stop the TP with the Thunderbolt. Can he get out of here with the, but the hasted Zeus is just going to be too much for him. The bolt should come out now any moment and that should bring him down. The Pixel Shadow picking up the kill.
Losses from Bane.
Bane with the cheeky steal.
So Zeus, wow, really impacted back players so far.
Yeah. Very, very strong plays coming out from him. I mean, he's got the
Lot of
XP,
plays.
he's getting the kills, he's making rotations. I think that's the power of Zeus over like a Lone Druid, because Lone Druid needs these timings. I mean, it is a good hero, but it needs some timings. You know, you want that Mask of Madness, you want a couple of those things. They are going on Doom bottom. Slug does opt to back, but he does have 8 stolen Agi. That's a lot of armor stolen as well.
He does get bloodlust now.
Oh, that's quite strong. You know, you attack faster, you get more agi. It's pretty good.
Quick maths.
Yeah. We'll see. Spectre is getting gone on top, but still has quite a lot of HP. I don't know if they can bring him down. There is a
He does
vacuum.
Have ulti. He does have.
The Pixel Shadow might be in trouble. He might be the one in trouble. There's a hasted Darkseer. Can they bring him down? Grimstroke
Life, right?
doesn't have any spells. And all this time, Lone Dread is farming.
Having a pretty decent lane.
Yeah. Doom does doom the Slark, but Slark gets off the pounce. He should be alright. He has his level 6. The passive does work through the thing. Zeus ult.
Whoa,
Doom wants this kill. He's chasing Slark. He's like, I'm getting you. But Slark does man up onto him, is stealing the agi. Can they bring down this Doom? He pops ulti, gets bloodlusted, is going to potentially go after the Lich. Is sitting on 8 stolen agi. Can he get it? One more hit should do it, and he gets the kill. That's huge. That's another agi stolen. And this Bane with the play is
pretty
using...
greedy from Doom there, just to dive.
Very, very greedy, in fact. I thought that was a bit hectic when the Slark got the leap off, because once he gets into the shadows, like, he's going to be regenning, whether he's doomed or not. It's just Mr. Speaker export. Is he going to get out? Oh, he does get out.
Oh, Slark looking pretty dangerous, right? Does have a bracer and a wand on his way.
So I think this is quite interesting. So I think Slark is probably the key to this game for Gorg, is because he kind of counters the Spectre, but if he gets BKB, he then counters the Zeus. So we'll see if he hits those timings of BKB and, you know, potentially Silver's Edge. This game could change very quickly.
Does have that Aghanim lined up.
A very good item, I think, this game. They are going on bottom. Darkseer is going to get blown up. They do get the bounty right in front of his face. And Spectre just picking up that kill. Huge for him. And has opted to go back for the Midas. So, potentially very explosive. Lone Dread does pick up does fear the Bane. But he is super fast. Can the bear get an insta root? Come on. Admiral Bulldog, come on, bless this bear. He does get the root. That should be a dead Bane. Does pop the ulti. Mr. Speaker needs to get out of here. He's gonna get bolted and killed. Ah, the Zeus are putting so much damage.
Ulti. He's going for more.
Is running low on HP. I mean mana. Does need to be careful. Oh, and Lone Dread, you need to also be careful. But Lich overextending a bit here. If he gets roots here, could be interesting. So we do see the Slark has queued up the Silver's Edge. So that's his item for the Spectre. And I would suspect that he would go the BKB afterwards.
I think this lane's getting hard for Doom.
They're going on Spectre. They do pop all their spells. They are controlling him. Can they bring him down? Spectre does ulti and jumps immediately out. Don't know where he jumped to, but they end up getting the kill. Must have jumped back top.
Jumped to his own death.
I swear I saw him jump bottom, and then he must have immediately jumped back top because the Lone Dread actually killed the illusion. Very big pick off from him. Oh, and Lone Dread almost dies. Chain Lightning almost, it bounced to the bear and just didn't bounce back onto him.
Zeus with a lot of XP advantage over
Dire's top tower's under attack.
forcing him back to base.
They don't quite get on the Doom onto him, but they are chasing the Slark. Do they want more? They need to be careful though, because there are TPs coming in. Bane does ulti him, but he gets the disable. Oh, and the Doom comes through, and that should be the end of Slark. That should be the end of Ogre, who came to help his Slark. Shame. That's unfortunate. They might even pick up Lone Druid. Zeus does spot him out. Do they have enough catch though? I think
They
they
have enough catch.
I mean, this Zeus is outputting so much
Oh, this
damage.
Zeus is good fear.
Very good fear.
I think that saved his life.
Definitely. He was in
One
trouble
more
there.
bolt. One more bolt in you.
Yeah, one more bolt and he could have been waiting 50 seconds to come back.
I like how the Zeus is still keeping it in the game for these. Fortunately, the rest of his
He's looking strong, but I
not
think
had the best time.
he needs to be careful because, you know, when Lone Druid gets farmed and Slot gets farmed, could change the game. But they are going on bottom.
Spectre gets blown
Gets
up.
caught again. Are they going to get more? There's a root on Doom? No, he just backs out. Okay. That's a big kill for Slark. He's getting stolen Agi. You know, Spectre's not getting to use this Midas because, you know, you just sort of died just now and you died again. But, you know, you're on your way to Rads.
That did delay it a bit. But I'm thinking he would still get it before the 20-minute mark, which is...
I think he could definitely do that, you know.
see what happens.
He'll just need to be a bit more cautious here. I think playing on their side of the map like that, farming their camp, that was a bit aggressive. You know, they do have kill potential on you.
But
You're
risky.
farming in a dangerous place. So we'll see. Zeus is getting close to that axe. I think that's like a very big power spike that they can abuse. So we'll see how they use that. And potentially use this
Maybe
invis
he's had
room.
a really good game, so...
Yeah, he's certainly shined in this series so far. Actually, both mid laners have been shining very much so far, and you know, sort of kept both teams on the aggressive front.
Seems like this Lone Druid just doesn't get close enough to be able to hit Magic Wand. Stackle. Bear gets close enough, but he doesn't.
He should do. He should be getting close enough. I mean, maybe not every time, but enough to keep him alive. He is chasing down the Zeus. Just wants the clarity. Bounties popping up. Let's see how many they get. There might be a fight for bottom. No, okay, realizing he might go down there. So it looks like it's just a 2 for 2. Not bad. A very even game so far. I don't see an advantage for either team, even though there is a 4k lead for the Dire. I don't see much of a difference. Though they might find Slark. Doom is going to go try Doom, but he gets his ulti off. Doom with the blink reveal there.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
crucial.
quite get him.
Team's definitely gonna... You're going to raid band. Tank up and right.
Slark needs to be careful. They do find him. He gets off the Doom and is getting controlled up. Is he going to be able to get out of here? I don't think so. Lich ult, Zeus ult, so much damage. Even the Lone Druid's getting brought down. There's so much burst damage on the side of Apes.
They didn't have enough. Brimstone might be dead too.
Yeah, he might make it out.
One more bolt.
But back to your timing of 20 minutes on this Radiant Spectre, I think this is going to happen. I think you're going to call it twice in one series.
I hope so. That was very crucial. If that team fight went the other way, that was definitely...
Yeah, unfortunately the Doom Blink being super high impact, you know, because the Slark would normally be able to outpace you, but that Blink was just perfectly timed, and it wasn't quite perfectly executed the initial jump, but you know, they kept the pressure up, they went back for him, and they got the kill. Oh, they get the Bane ulti onto the Lone Druid. This could be another kill on him, but there's a great fear and wall right on top of both of them. Oh, and the Zeus is also going to go down. That wall went right through them, they could not get out. Beautiful response. They're even going more. The root, Admiral Bulldog. Come on! And they get him. This is a tier 1 gone. That's 3 kills for the side of the Radiant. They respond right back.
Where you can just keep pushing.
Doom, you need to be careful here. You could just get
Doom does come
rooted.
in, though. You get rooted, you down.
Yeah, there's you gotta respect the damage on their team. I mean, and your Doom isn't
Well,
up,
the
so
iron shovel on the bear.
that's got a bit of a
Only
cheeky.
noticed how much burst damage that is.
Yeah, that's a bit of a cheeky play. You know, you unshell the bear and he can run super fast with phase boots.
Crazy stuff.
And Slark's actually starting to hit some timings where he can start making plays. I mean, he's sitting with Echo Saber and the Knuckle Claw, the Blitz Knuckle, sorry. So you know, he's going to be hitting hard. He's going to be stealing 2 agi basically on the initial hits, like boom boom, 2 agi. So you know, he could potentially like straight up man fight like even the Doom, Spectre, and when he gets Silver's Edge, you know, it gets even worse for Spectre. So you know, you have to be careful of this Slark.
Comes down to their timing. But we have a smoke up here from Gorg.
Yeah,
They
they want to kill here. They realize that they've got their ultis up, so this could be interesting. If they get the initiation, this could go very well. They don't have Slark though, so they're going to be missing a bit of damage, but they do see Lich. Are they going to jump him? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Zeus is just going to poke the Lone Druid.
The fact that Lich does bait. He wants him.
They are going. There is an Ink Swell to the bear.
The bear goes in.
The Zeus does. Oh, it gets slept up. Are they going to be able to dispel that? Doesn't look like it. Oh, they do, and it is hasted, but it looks like the Dire team are out of there.
Bear is really fast.
Yeah, they're having none of it. That Bane sleep is actually super amazing. I didn't think about that in the draft, because like, you can just sleep a bear and it does 0 in the fight.
Yeah. Also good save. Once you get rooted,
Yeah.
pretty much.
We might see a return smoke here. Nemi and them are grouping up in Pixel Shadow. We'll see what they do. They do have a smoke on the Bane. Okay, they're pinging out this bottom tower. They want objectives. And I think they're rightly so. They're 6k ahead. They're gonna have rads, you know, on the Spectre. So we'll see.
They definitely.
They're still hanging around mid though, so I'm not 100% sure
trying
who
to
can
delay
get
it.
out.
Nemi going for the 4-star next.
Bit of a pause here. I think there's just a bit of lag on the side of Gorg, but overall this is if we had to look at like the overall 3 series, I think this is a very even one.
Yeah.
I feel like each fight is going to go either way. I mean, we saw a fight where the Dire won and immediately Radiant responded with a team fight themselves and won that like, you know, it's sort of unpredictable at times.
I think it comes down to who gets jump first.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
you get the jump first on the right hero.
Yeah, you have this blink
Fine,
doom.
pretty much.
If
With the burst damage.
yeah, there is a smoke coming out from the Dire on Apes. They might jump this Lone Druid. He needs to be very careful because they got blink doom that do break the smoke. They are pings. They know they're here. There's this ward on this hill that's spotting them out. Okay, looks like they're rotating bottom. They do know that they got spotted out now, so it's going to be very tricky to make plays. Silver's Edge.
Slark also leaves
Finish.
this tower bottom.
Yeah, he needs to be super careful. This Doom wants him. This Doom knows his job is to pick up Slark and doom him. If they get that, then things are good.
Spectre's got that Radiance. Almost got the Yasha too.
Oh, that's very big.
This kind of puts him in a big spike.
Yeah. Another thing for the Dire is that they actually have a pipe on this Darkseer, which is super huge, because that actually negates a bit of what Spectre does, because the Rads is all magic damage. Or at least the burn. We might see a fight here. They do spot out the Lone Druid. There is an Ags on the Zeus, so they pick up Mr. Speaker, who's getting very low and should get brought down here by Doom. Oh, and they pick up another one. Lone Druid's going in. He wants to fight this. There's a Lich ult onto the Lone Druid. Is he going to die here? Spectre ult is in, but Lich goes down. Spectre's going on the back line. Get evidence. Slock is going on the Spectre,
Bane,
who is broken.
Lone Druid.
But they're going to have to back out here. Lone Dread is down. That's 3 for 1. Very strong plays from the side of Apes.
Fight.
Oh, and they
Might
pick
just
up
jump-
Ogre.
Oh,
Oh, that's a feels bad
damn it,
Ogre.
me.
Evidence just getting a cheeky thunderbolt to the head. And like you
I
said,
like
this Axe,
last,
this Axe is
stick up.
huge.
Yo.
They do notice that the Grimstroke's walking in here. Mr. Speaker, you need to kill out, mate. Doom is aggressively going, but shouldn't be able to get this kill. So this Doom's been quite impressive. I mean, he's got Halberd now, Blink. He's currently 4-0-4. I mean, it's so meta at the moment. I'm not too surprised, but I think as the Radiant, you kind of have to be worried and thinking, how do we deal with this?
Oh, block it, thunder on the front.
And they do catch him. He has no mana. He does pop the ulti. Can he get the Lich? Doesn't look like it. He's running back into the ulti. What a vacuum! His teammates are here. They're going to help him out. Can they turn this fight? They might get the Spectre. There is an Inkswell on the Bear. They do get the stun off. The Inkswell pops in. They should be able to get him. He is invis, so they can't see him. They do spot him there. He pops a wand. Can they get him here? Lone Druid goes down. And that's a 4 for 2 fight. 4 for 5, because Mr. Speaker's going to go down as well. Triple kill on Chieftain.
Wow, that's
What a team fight. I mean, that's that's a tough one to...
survivable.
It was tough to follow up on the Slark, who had no mana, unfortunately. They're just gonna lose the tower here.
Radiant's bottom tower is completely gone.
So we'll see what they do. Slark is opting to go for MKB and BKB, potentially. Hasn't quite shown which he's gonna go for yet. I would assume BKB. So I think if they can get those timings, that might be big. I think if the Lone Druid can get this MKB done on his Bear, that's quite big as well. So they've still got lots of timings they can play for. So they may just need to slow this game down.
Almost 25 minutes at rush hit.
It's actually a good point. I don't know if these teams have great Rosh heroes. I think both teams drafted these slightly more passive heroes. So it'll be interesting to see who actually gets that. And I actually don't think we're going to see a Rosh for a while. We are seeing a gank here. Nemi's spearheading this gank. I think they need to send this Doom first. Who does have Doom up at the moment, so that's quite big. MKB almost up on this Lone Druid. That's big. They need to wait for that. They are aggressively posturing. They want to de-ward here because they might go for a smoke. They do smoke. They don't check the ward. Luckily there's no ward. Oh, they're going to pick up the Spectre. That would be a big kill because he hasn't got Mansa just yet, you know. They do notice the Zeus merge. That would be a big kill. They do pop the... Oh, and he misses the leash. Does he still go for this? He does jump in. He does get doomed. Is he going to be able to survive? He's on his own there. His team's so far behind him. That's unfortunate for him. They do drop the ward, but there's a Spectre ult and they're going to kill Export as well. That is so unfortunate. The smoke gank was just slightly orientating. And they just couldn't quite pick up the kills. And Chieftain just jumps in there and they can't... They might even get this kill here on the Doom. That might be huge for them. He is getting low. Can they save him? Doom is going to go down. That is a 9-kill godlike spree. So that's actually pretty good. I'm actually happy to say that that was a good smoke gank from them. They might even get another kill on this Lich. The Bear is just going to murder him. And Zeus as well. He gets rooted up and feared. He's going to go down. This is a tricky one. They do have a ward there, so they should be able to pick up this kill. That's a triple kill on this Lone Druid. Can they get another kill on this Bane? Is there going to be a root? No. What a good fight from a seemingly really bad fight. Wow.
to believe this Lone Druid does have his.
Does finish up the MKB, yeah. Looks like they might move into that Roche. So you're right, so the Dire is the first team to attempt to go Roche here. I think they got the MKB and decided, you know, this is how we get Roche. There's still a dead Zeus, so they can't really contest. So we'll see how this pans out. I definitely think you give this Aegis to the
Figure it
slot.
out though.
They are moving to it, but they might not get this. If they get this, they're getting low. The bear is very low. They need to finish this very quickly. Are they going to be able to stop this? Doom is so close. They get the Aegis. Zeus pops the BKB from the Doom. Are they going to be able to turn this fight? The Aegis is already gone. Lich ult comes out. Spectre ult comes out. Slark is back in. He is going onto the Doom. There is a Grimstroke ulti. Can Lone Druid get out of here? He just has to man fight up. And Bane does come with the ulti and they bring him down. But Lich goes down. Slark is still there fighting. Can he get out of here? Does Shadowblade, but goes down.
Oh,
Huge fight from the Dire.
they're gonna find this open.
They do end up blowing down the Ogre. That is huge. Ultra kill coming out from the Spectre. Not what you want to see when you're playing against a Spectre. Bit of an overcommitment on the Roche, I think. But overall, amazingly done. Played like the Dire played that brilliantly. They managed to bait them out of the Roche pit, get the BKBs off, pop all their ultis, and then the Radiant were in there. They couldn't get out. And you know, getting that Aegis off so early.
They're not focusing.
Yeah.
Makes it quite poor.
Sorry, Smoothie, you're cutting out a bit. I'm not sure if it's the sensitivity. No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better. So what were your thoughts on that fight? That was a bit of a tricky one because they needed Aegis and they were so close to getting it.
Well, it kind of just blown up.
Yeah.
But Slark instantly lied,
Hmm.
but that kind of takes it out of the equation for that couple of minutes.
Hmm.
So both teams to worry about having another fight too.
And it was,
to be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna last that long.
yeah.
For a next rush.
Yeah. It's so challenging because like I think that the Radiant also didn't expect that Doom to BKB. I didn't see it initially, and I'm not sure if the Radiant saw it either. So they kind of chased a bit too far, and then he popped BKB and it was like too late. So very interesting. Looks like there might be another fight here, but the Slark isn't here, so the Radiant need to be careful.
Lane is putting himself out there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's so hard to initiate on them because this Doom is so strong right now. But they are setting up for a big fight here. They do have Export on the Darkseer on the side here, who has Pipe and Mech. Those are great ways of surviving Doom and the Zeus spells. We'll see how they do this. They do jump in, and there's the wall vacuum. Brilliantly done. But Export is getting targeted down here. Is he going to go down? Slark is doomed. He's going to have to run out. And the Darkseer is already down. Ogre's down. Lich ult is popped and Slark is down. This is a challenge for them. There's buybacks coming through. Can they turn this fight? Lone Druid's down. There's 3 buybacks ready. 4 buybacks. They are going onto the Spectre. But it looks like they're not going to get any return kills. This is such a challenge for them. They are going into Lich.
Really need.
They do get Lich. Oh no, they don't even get Lich. And the Slark goes down. That is such a challenge. That's a few diebacks, and they do get a bunch of kills. Lone Druid might even go down here. Can they somehow turn this around? I don't think so. What a fear though. He gets like all of them, but he doesn't survive, and that's such a challenge. What a fight though. They get the perfect vacuum morph. And one of the powers is they get the Spectre illusion, who's like super strong, which has rads, has dispersion, has all the passives, but they just had so much damage.
When you 28,000 gold behind.
Yeah, that net worth graph
land
is
the
gonna
first wall,
swing.
great wall, but unfortunately...
Oh, they get the Doom! Darkseid with the cheeky play, that was really cool. Can they get more? Soy
Definitely
Boy is
worth
low.
jumping for that.
Or either going up to Titan's bottom tower.
Bit of a consolation kill there. Unfortunately,
Just a
it's
respect
still...
tower for now, or even a tower.
Yeah.
Spec almost has a Scotty.
Yeah, that's huge. He has it now. I think it's on the courier. Yeah. He's gonna be hard to kill. This Spectre has been also quite a stable pick for them. You know, this Midas Rads build just seems so strong at the moment.
I think if he can space that 25-minute, 30 mark.
Mm.
That's if it's going good. If it's going bad, and how do they were in
Sorry, it's cutting out against me. I'm not
Dire
sure if
shoes.
it's the voice activation level.
you and the dire shoes?
Oh, and what do the Dire need to do now?
Yeah, what does a die need to do?
So I think they can play for the next rush. It's about 2 minutes and 15 seconds away. So I don't think they're too pressured. Though the Slock is making an aggressive play, so they could, off the back of this, try and get a kill. I don't know where the Doom is, but he potentially... Okay, he's top. Yeah. So the Die either need to look for these weird pick-offs, like, you know, someone farming somewhere odd, or they need to wait for next rush. Because you have to respect the high ground. You have a commanding lead of 28k gold. You don't want to throw that away with a high ground push that you're not prepared for. Though you are very far ahead, so they could try that and potentially succeed, but I think the safe play is Roche. Wait for it, it's 2 minutes away, get a tier 2 in the meantime. I think the real challenge is like, what is the Slock and, you know, the Lone Druid gonna do? Because this Doom has got an AC now, that is super scary.
Yeah, that makes it very hard to kill, but
Yeah. I mean, he's sitting with BKB, Halberd, AC. That's a tanky boy right there. Does look like they might scout out Roche, but they're about a minute
can.
away.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, so we almost have BKB on
Spectre having
Slock.
with a Scotty.
Yeah. I mean, he's sitting on 3.2k HP.
Top tower is under attack.
Bounty runs up.
We'll see if the Radiant can get any. I don't think so, unfortunately. They do scout out Roche with their courier, but they just miss it by 30 seconds. So they might not know that this is up. They do even scan it, but it's just not up yet. And I think both teams know that this next rush run could be deciding who wins this game. I mean, if the Radiant win a fight and get Roche, this game is on its head. But if the Die get it, it's so hard to defend the racks.
We're talking so much about the Spectre, but I'm fearing the Kite focus the right target.
Mm.
Lich and the Bane gets way too much ability.
Yeah, I mean, this Lich has an Ags and a... I mean, he's got Ghost Scepter, Ags, and Glimmer. He's so farmed right now. They do pop the ulti. They will see this guy over here. They do get the Stomp. Is he going to go down here? There is a Fear. Can he get out of here? Look at how many zaps they're going from the Zeus. That's insane. That was wild. I mean, he got a pipe off, he got a Greaves off, he had a teammate fearing them, and he still got brought down. That just shows the power of like the burst damage from Zeus. He's sitting with an Octarine core, so this is like... I mean, Lightning is on a 0.6 seconds cooldown. Yeah.
Just love these lists.
So they're not going for Roche yet, they just actually want to push right now. I can respect that, there's no Darks here. They do scout out Roche. They should see it.
Doxia's been,
It's about a minute away.
Doxia's been a lot of...
Going into this bear.
Have enough follow-up.
They do bring, yeah, they don't have enough follow-up for the... He's been getting those ultis correct, so like perfectly set up. But unfortunately the damage follow-up is just not there. And I think that's because like the Slark and the Lone Druid have been under so much pressure this game. Because normally Lone Druid and Slark would output a lot of damage, but unfortunately they're permanently under pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, if Slark gets his BKB, that's 10 seconds of pressure he can apply. So that's definitely a big... They need that power spike. I think at this point they need it. It's not even like a question of if they can get it or not. They have to try get it. 5 seconds on Roche, guys, come on, go back!
Get out of their base.
Go back, it's coming up right now. Oh, they're gonna miss it by just a couple seconds. So interesting, Mr. Speaker's making quite a bit of space, and I actually like to see this on supports. He's actually keeping this top lane shoved in, and literally Zeus has to TP now. One of their top cores has to TP and deal with it. And you know, they could potentially look for a smoke play or something here. I mean
He
they
does
don't...
have boots of travel though.
He does, but he can't get... Oh, I suppose he's
Zeus
got...
can always join the fight.
Yeah, and he's got Octarine, so his TP's even short. Oh, and they scout out the Roche. Okay.
One boosted.
This should be quite a quick Roche. I think this Doom and Spectre are going to output a lot of damage. Yeah, look how it's chunking away with the Spectre's damage.
Crazy.
Wow. And it's actually unfortunate that the Radiant
Spectre
can't...
getting skull basher soon.
Yeah. Okay, so they're gonna get this Aegis. Slark does have his 10-second BKB, so that's quite big. So we'll see how this pans out. And actually Lone Druid's almost got an Ags, which is quite cool. Because what Lone Druid's gonna do then is he's just gonna shove out waves. And you know, force them to never be able to push. So I actually like that item build.
It's gonna
Which
be
is
hard killing the Spectre twice though.
Yeah. In fact, I
My
think
opinion.
I think you give it to Zeus because I'm not sure they can kill the Spectre once. Unfortunately. Because unfortunately you have to deal with the other heroes, and Spectre is going to make illusions, Manta, do so much to stay alive. Whereas they want to target the Zeus. They want the Zeus. If they initiate on the Zeus, that's huge for them. So we'll see what they do here. Slark is chilling on Doxy is chilling on the outskirts. If he can get a good vacuum wall, this could... I mean, they need to set this up perfectly here. He is smoked up. Oh. Looks like he might get spotted here. Slark does go and pops the BKB, does go and Lich. They do get a couple spells off here. What a vacuum though! Can they get off all their spells here? Looks like the Slark is doomed, which is a challenge. Lich is getting so low, but the Darkseer has to run away. Oh, and Bane gets the ulti onto the Lone Druid. That's him down for 70 seconds. Is Ogre gonna go down here? It looks like it. He does have Inkswell on him, but unfortunately it does get brought down. Slark does get a good leech onto the Doom, but unfortunately it does get brought down.
Instantly just die.
Huge amounts of damage coming through. They just couldn't get to that back line. They tried so hard to get that Lich. They do get the Doom. That's pretty big.
The Darkseer is really surprising me.
It does buy back. Spectre's getting very low, but he just brings down the Grimstroke there. They need to be careful here. Oh, and Doom's back in the action, and that's a double kill for the Spectre. There's two buybacks.
Does have Aegis though.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's another buyback.
Whoa, another buyback.
So we'll see if they can do anything here. Unfortunately, they need... There's a blink and a vacuum. Oh, and the Inkswell brilliantly executed. But the BKB comes out and the Lich Ult pops out. Oh, and they're all getting... He's got the AoE...
Oh,
The AoE
great
thing.
ulti from Lich.
Yeah.
Even
What a
the
play.
top-
Oh, he's got... Yeah, the Ags now does an
That must
AoE.
be,
Oh. What a play, and a tip coming
that
out
must
onto
be
Lich.
game. 44,000. end with lead.
That's a
that
lot of
tiny
gold.
game.
But not over yet. They're going to make a play. There is a BKB popped on the Slark. He does go in. There is no Doom, so he could get off a lot of damage here. Lone Druid does go down, and Slark has to back off. A lot of damage coming through, and they realize that this could just be the end. There's no buybacks on any of these heroes. Looks like Slark just wants a cheeky, quick high five, and he gets it. And GG is called. What a match.
Wow, what a series. Some really back and forth game.
Yeah.
Some exciting Dota.
Awesome stuff coming from both teams.
I was a bit shocked with the hero pool. But each to their own.
So...
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, I was talking to you and then just clicked disconnect or exit.
No problem. No problem.
Without thinking. What a match. Damn, dude.
Yo.
So that was a...
content.
Yeah, that one was a rough one, but I think it was more because Apes picked more meta, and I think, you know, the other team didn't, Gorg. Because I think they were evenly matched in skill. Like, looking from game 1 and 2, the skill level was very tight.
Yeah, I don't think the Slark was the best carry to pick against the Spectre either.
Mm.
Like
look,
you said, the Slark is really good against the Spectre, but not if a Spectre is getting that kind of farm.
Yeah, and also not against a Doom that's getting that kind of farm. I mean, this Doom was farmed, eh?
Yeah.
But again, like, I think Slark does alright against Doom if you get like a good start. And it kind of looked like he was getting there. He was getting a couple agi steals here and there, but unfortunately it snowballed out of their control. I think the Zeus played a huge part in that. He made some really pog-like rotations, and
yeah, that just quickly getting that level 4 lightning bolt. I think it made a big difference.
And he played so well, dude. He was like 2 levels ahead of the Lone Druid. So Lone Druid was level 4 and he was level 6, and it makes Lone Druid's life so hard because you're kind of weak early on, and then like you have this like super strong Zeus early on, and it's like a bit of a mismatch.
Yeah, it was definitely not the right pick for middle. The Lone Druid.
Look, I mean, it was an interesting one. Initially, when I looked at the drafts, I was like, this could go. It could go either way, you know. Like if the Lone Druid gets space and gets farm, you know, the Bear's just gonna get like things like Abyssal, BKB, like you know, MKB, and like start just killing these squishy supports, and like Zeus becomes squishy. But you know, they applied the pressure and they didn't let off. So very well played to Apes. Like Apes together strong. They were. Like they played well in the third game.
If you had to compare their skill level to Clan Bacon, because you've played against them before, and you probably watched their game on Friday where they played against Aura.
Yeah, I did. So I think both these teams can give them a run for their money. Clan Bacon. I think after watching Apes tonight, I would be backing Apes to take the game off Clan Bacon. I think it will be very close. Yeah. So after I'm super impressed with Nemi's play. Like, the mechanics that he displayed were very impressive. I think the same goes to all the players in this match, but he definitely got MVP from my side. I think, you know, all 3 games he displayed like a very strong skill level. And I think like
he stayed alive against when he was playing that tiny, he was obviously healing himself up so much.
Yeah.
But and he was not dying constantly, and then he hit that power spike with the blink dagger, and that changed a lot of things.
Yeah, when he hit that blink dagger, everything changed. But like if you look at game 1, right, the game was like super hard for them. Like, uh, so Gork and them were they were making the game so hard for Apes that you know I wasn't sure they were going to make it out, and like sort of out of nowhere, this Clink just came and started like outputting so much damage, and like, I mean, you saw how he was like positioning in fights. It was very impressive.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
in my mind, I think like their playstyle is like quite good, you know, and I think against Clan Bacon, it's going to be very close. It's going to be very. If that match is happening, I want to cast it.
Yeah,
Even if Gorgon then play Clan Bacon, I want to cast that as well. I think those are going to be super hype games.
definitely.
Yeah, so we'll put in a request, SMV.
As soon as we see the schedule, we just put our
Yeah,
names there.
no, yeah, we're in, dude. We wanna see these matches. We'll,
Definitely. I don't
we'll
want to
bribe
see
the
silly
TO.
games.
We'll be like, these are the matches we want to play, cast.
So because the reason I was asking what you think about the skill level is because Steve is pretty convinced Clan Bacon is going to win the whole thing.
Wow, that's quite a bold statement. I don't know, hey, like, so
Yeah.
I think Clan Bacon have a potential to come in the top three. After watching this match, I think it's so tight, right? Because I think you saw how the games changed over this series, right? They were pulling out
Yeah.
all these like sort of like comfort picks and all these like different strats that they had. You know, you can get cheesed if you clan Bacon and you don't suspect a Doom Grimstroke. That's hard to like draft back from. Like, I mean, and the same thing
How do
here.
you
Like,
counter that?
if you get a Spectre Zeus, like you can have a slog, but it doesn't mean you're going to beat a Spectre because like you've still got to deal with like a Zeus and a bunch of other things. So
Yeah.
it's going to be hype, dude. Like, and the same goes for Clan Bacon. They've got I mean, I don't want to give away their strats, but they've got some sick strats as well. Like, so I'm 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 interested to see how these kind of teams adapt to Clan Bacon's sort of playstyle and stuff because
Yeah,
skill
because they've got a
wise,
very aggressive playstyle, Clan
yeah.
Bacon, as I can see.
Look,
They just get this momentum and don't stop.
Clan Bacon have surprised us. So we played them fairly recently, and we were
Yeah, I was
surprised by.
casting that game.
Yeah, you were casting it, and they got us with a couple like really hectic strats. So,
Well, to be honest with you, in both your games,
mm,
you guys were ahead like in both games to
mm,
like up till 11, 12 minutes,
yeah,
and then just one small mistake and they just get that momentum then, and
yeah,
you guys struggle to pull it back then.
yeah. Look, so and that came down to a couple of the heroes they picked that had these like really hectic flash farmy abilities. So
Yeah,
what happened was we got punished, and we actually spoke about this afterwards. Like our team had a bit of a session afterwards about it. Is they actually picked this lineup that had like a super punishing, like you said, sort of comeback. So what happened was they win a fight and then they punish us super hard by flash farming the entire map. So
yes.
we kind of got to the point where we were like, we didn't draft to deal with this. So
Yeah. Also, you did not have an easy lane bottom going against that
uh,
Sand King.
look, I actually was alright with that. I mean, it was a struggle, and I think the whole game like snowballed out of our control. But like, I think there were macro issues with that, like the micro stuff of laning and stuff. Like, it was a challenge, but I think like macro, we
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you saw how we were ahead, right? Like in our matches and stuff. But we like just stuffed up our decision making, um, and I think these teams do that
yeah.
very well. I actually liked a lot of what they were doing. They were hitting the smokes. They were using their timings to like get pickoffs and stuff, and they were going after the right targets. So I think as much as I wish my team had a chance against Clan Bacon, I think these two teams have like a really good chance because they're I don't know progressive with their playstyle. They're like use their leverage their heroes very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next
Well,
gen gaming is going to be a hype tournament, dude. Because I wouldn't be able to tell you who's going to win this. I don't think there's one specific team. I understand why Steve said Clan Bacon because they've shown really strong performances. Like,
yeah, he
um,
said they definitely like a Premier League team,
yeah.
but obviously they're not in DGL, or I'm not sure what the story is, or they
So,
new.
so they are in DGL, but they only just got into first div now. Um,
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they
So
will
it's
work their
been
way up
easy
there.
for now.
Yeah.
Because second div is pretty easy in South Africa, to be honest.
Well, it's getting tougher. I mean, you're sitting with teams.
Really?
Yeah, you're sitting with some good teams like in the groups and stuff. It's still a bit of a challenge because I think a lot of teams aren't necessarily playing in DGL. I've noticed a couple of
Okay.
teams are like trying to hit some of the European circuits and stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, not bad.
That was a good series, man. I loved it. That anti-mage rampage at the end was, dude, that was hype, dude. Like, oh,
Yeah, I did not expect that.
yeah, no, that
Especially
was
after we said it's not an AM game.
yeah. I mean, like, okay. So after watching the game, like as we were progressing, I was like, and then it happened, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. He's super farmed, like, but in the drafting phase, like you said, I didn't. That was the last thing on my mind. That anti-mage is just gonna get a quick sticks rampage.
Anyway, Dean, I'm gonna love and leave you because
Cool,
it's quarter
man.
past 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off as well. Yeah, we'll get in some more action in next gen going.
Yeah. If you think there needs like any work with the intro and the what do you call it, the
Yeah,
extra,
yeah.
uh, then you can just include it because I made a list here on a piece of paper, but it's pretty like
Cool, man.
scrappy.
All right, yeah. I mean, let's chat about it. We can chat tomorrow.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome stuff.
Cheers,
Cheers,
cheers.
dude.
Cheers, everyone, for tuning in. I'm gonna upload these VODs onto YouTube, and probably they'll be on my channel for about 19 days on Twitch, I think, or is it 14? I don't know. Anyway, you'll be able to catch these VODs. But yeah, cheers, everyone.